That headache actually has me worried a little bit.
그래봤자 네가 갈 곳은 뻔하지.
Streamer randomly collapses. You wouldn't even see it. It wouldn't even be on camera. Not even worth. Okay. So, I want to address the fact that I've been spoiled. Well, first of all, okay, hold on. First of all, I did not read Dante's notes. I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a weird it's been a weird week, okay? So I did not read that. Secondly, I got spoiled. Okay, hold on. First, the plan for today is to do like at least half of Canto 4, or like do a bunch of it so that I could do the like battle only missions in my own free time. And also I will use somebody else's IDs, but not for fighting specifically, which is important for me to not do it for like the fights and everything. But apparently I can just have them on like my team, and I will still get the event bonus or whatever, right? It gives you, yeah. So that's pretty good. Like in my normal team, I don't really use Ishmael or Hung Lu, so I could just put them on my like thing, right? And get a bonus, right? I don't know how to do that. You're gonna have to tell me, but yeah. Also, at the end of today, I want a Gamba because I like, dude, I know it's not optimal, right? Like ideally you would save up so that like you can just exchange like whatever you want, even if you don't get lucky. But I just like gambling. Like I'm sorry, I do it for the love of the game. I just want to do it. I'm sorry. Like I will just do it for fun. So we're gonna be gambling today. We're gonna be gambling next week too, probably. Honestly, I just love gambling. I just, you know, we'll do a 10 pull today. We'll do a 10 pull or more next week, you know. It'll happen. Got scammed on a new banner, a rip. Unfortunate. So yeah, what do I want to say? Oh yeah, spoilers. Oh my god. Okay, I will explain the spoiler that I got. It is a spoiler for until like Canto 5 or somewhere thereabouts. So I will talk about it while my little guy is in the middle of the screen, okay? And as soon as I put him back down, that's when I've stopped talking about the spoiler, and you are free to unclog your ears if you don't want to get spoiled about it, okay? I know that Dante has a golden bow in his clock head, and that's why he can revive sinners or something like that. He like formed contracts or whatever, some shit like that. I don't know, like that's basically all I know. It sucks and I'm very annoyed. Okay, there we go. No more spoiler, but it sucks. I'm very annoyed, and I got a person to hello Rex, to help me kind of moderate like YouTube comments. I will not be reading that shit anymore myself, unfortunately. I'm very sad about that. I mean, I should have expected it. I kind of feel dumb, honestly, for like not doing it right away, because I could have, you know. Limbusing indeed. Hello, hello. But I'll try not to think about it. I'll try not to like theorize about it. It's not a big spoiler. I think it's a decent enough spoiler. Like because as soon as I saw that, my mind immediately like sprung into 10 different directions of what that could like imply or mean, or like it's enough of a spoiler to get me theorizing, which is annoying because now I have to purposefully make myself not theorize about it, you know? Like I have to like tell myself to I have to tell my brain to shut up basically. And I don't like that, you know? So yeah. It is like not the worst thing that could have happened for sure in terms of spoilers. But you know, I feel like it's worth addressing and talking about so that people know. And you know, I'm gonna be more cautious from now on. I'm not even gonna fucking look at TikTok comments, bro. Not even for a second. You know? I'm sorry to the TikTok people, but I'm whenever I upload on there, it's sent out into the ocean, and I'll just let it be there, you know. Yeah, you know, like a lot of the time I don't mind spoilers too much, but the times that I do really mind them is when there's one of the draws for a story is the mystery for me, and this is definitely that. Like, I do care about it. Oh my god, I even went back to the first scene because one of the comments was actually kind of helpful. It wasn't a spoiler. Here's like the distinction between spoiler and not a spoiler. I kind of missed in one of the early scenes Dante like binding or getting bound to like the sinners or whatever, right? Because I mean, I saw the chains and all that stuff. Like I saw the scene technically, but I didn't entirely understand what it meant. And one of the comments pointed out, I was like, oh, that is what happened. Holy shit. Like I you know, I just kind of didn't think of it in that context. And that was definitely worth doing. Actually, I kind of enjoyed the rewatch of the first scene. Because also, another thought I had, now that we know about the concept incinerator, sorry, I'll start Canto 4 in like a minute, okay? I just feel like I need to yap for a bit first. Now that we know about the concept incinerator, the blanked out words is definitely making me think that like either Dante used the concept incinerator or like that it's involved in some way, you know? Because he was like the same way that the chef was like in the process of forgetting, like we witnessed him forget the recipe basically one by one, like bit by bit, and he was like, fuck, I can't remember this part or whatever, right? Dante behaved in like a kind of a similar way where he was like, fuck, I'm already forgetting this thing that I want to remember. So I don't know. Don't confirm it, please. But yeah. And also, yeah, Limbus is my first Project Moon game. I have not played any others. Oh. There was another comment about the concept incinerator that I wanna look at a bit that I liked a lot. Actually, if I find it, okay. This is a description that I liked a lot, because I got really pedantic with it, and I was like, how would this work in the real world and whatever. But about the concept incinerator, I don't think this counts as a spoiler since it relies on explanations of things that aren't mentioned in Limbus. The metaphysics of Project Moon's world is based on Carl Jung, wherein the metaphors is that there is a river flowing underneath the earth which contains every human concept ever conceived and ever to be conceived or discovered. This river flows into every person, and because of that, there are always commonalities between different cultures, and because we're all drawing from the same water. I believe the concept incinerator works like a dam for the river because the secret chicken recipe is downstream from other chicken recipes if you can stop the flow of water leading to that specific concept of the recipe, it would be as though it never existed, although it would not stop the dam from breaking should someone independently invent it again. While the dam is in place, it leaves behind a canyon waiting to be filled. There's also the difference between abnormalities and distortions, etc., whatever. But like that explanation of how concepts are in this world made a lot of sense to me, even though, like, you know, I don't believe in that idea, right? I don't believe that, like, I get it, I guess, you know. I'm just more of a, like, I guess I'm not a very, like, how do I put it? I don't know what the word for it would be. I kind of think, I think that things are what they are physically, and that's about it, you know? So I feel like human concepts are literally just your electrons firing in a certain way. And there's no, like, there's nothing beyond that, you know? But I understand that the reason why some people might believe it or that idea might exist, because at least in art, because, you know, I make music and stuff, and to me that concept is like kind of I kind of get it, you know. Sometimes it feels like you're just pulling something from the greater consciousness or the fucking cosmic flow or whatever the fuck. Like you got the idea from somewhere, or, you know, as though you discovered something instead of inventing it, you know. So I kind of get it. It's an interesting way to think about it. And it helped me understand at least some parts of it, of like how the concept incinerator works, you know? Okay, enough tangents. Explain how to use other people's IDs. How do I do this? Do I do it like while I'm in the thing? Again, I will not do it like to fight. They're just going to be there to increase the amount of event currency I get. Because I actually do want to get this ID as well. So. Okay, just while I'm... Okay, I see. Mm-hmm. Wait, did I not? I'm pretty sure I've accepted. Oh, never mind. Hello. Okay. Let's start it. And then when the battles happen, I will use the ID. Or I'll put them on my team and then proceed not to use them. They're just going to be there for backup, cheering us on and giving us extra event money. Okay. Canto 4, let's go. The Unchanging. Oh, look at that. It's a... What the fuck is that? I realized that I'm not sure what I'm looking at halfway through. It's a bull eating something, or... Alright. Off the bus. I'd say use the Marisol and not the Ishmael, by the way. Oh. We were neither high lifers nor greedy vultures. We were merely children who loved technology. Do you remember the day when we first felt that we were breathing? Back then, that breath alone would suffice. Or perhaps it was the air that was exceptionally clear that day. The view is obstructed by smoke and dust. That's a bit ironic. Terrified screams, hopeless outcries, pained moans, and the sounds of hard objects breaking create a cacophony. It is time to turn the clock. I can hear you saying, the only conscious sinner at the moment muster up his remaining strength to speak. The others are on the floor among dismembered corpses like powerless puppets. Fatal injuries were left by an abnormality. Yet, we are in the middle of a nest. Weren't abnormalities supposed to be confined within lobotomy corpse branch facilities or dungeons? Meanwhile, the abnormality pierced Yisang's abdomen as I wondered. Okay, do your fucking job. Head in the clouds doesn't even give a fuck. All of them are dead. I had no one else to share this question with. Where are we going this time? It's a flash forward, I guess. Okay. The sinners seem to grow quite accustomed to this work. As if we were on a road trip. Some were far less hesitant to ask about our next destination. That's not quite the right question. This mission begins with a person rather than a place. Ooh. A person, you say? We happen to have a client. You mean we take requests from outside, like we're a fixer office or something? Hath our carriage begun to be frequented by requests already? Excelente, it might take little time at all to become a renowned fixer. Quiet, I'll be answering questions. As you all know, the golden bows are a relatively recent discovery. That's interesting. By the way, the community for Limbus has been like the community has been nice, okay? I think communities that have a lot of like really passionate people can catch a lot of flack. And yeah, I got spoiled, but like it's literally just one person out of like hundreds of people that have been all really cool and nice and like, you know. It sucks that it happens, but like it, you know, I wouldn't. Generally speaking, I've had a pleasant experience. Everybody's been pretty cool, you know? So it's okay. Fortunately, J Corp and D Corp didn't have much interest when we visited their districts. That is why those facilities were populated by no more than backstreets, miscreants, or ragtag syndicates. However, there are wings that have caught a wind of their existence and value early, like K Corp, whose turf we're in right now. But I thought we'd already taken the golden bow here in K Corp's nest. I never said there were any rules that say only one bow may exist in a district. The distribution of lobotomy corpse branch facilities is more complicated than you'd expect. They can be found everywhere, spread quite literally like tree branches. Like how one was connected to our estates department. There also haven't been any clear definitions about who owns the bows, which is why everyone's been playing by the primitive rule that the first finders of a bow are its keepers. Well, that's how it usually goes with slumbering treasures. Slumbering. In that case, are you telling us that we've accepted the request to earn ownership of a golden bow? To be exact, they made the offer first. Since the golden bow is on the line, we have no choice. I get it now. Thus, I don't know how many times I have to remind you of this, but do not do anything to aggravate the client. Don Quixote. By the way, now then, keep your mouth shut until you're there. All as usual. Okay. Dante seemed to have something to say. Thank you, Faust. Sorry about that, Dante. I do hope you understand that it's quite cumbersome to grow used to the concept that the ticking of a clock can be something to respond to. So what are golden bows used for anyway? I'm having... Dude... How do I ignore the spoiler? Like, you know? When I think about it, all we were told was a vague order to collect them. and nothing about what the company plans to do with them.
그가 황금가지에 쓰인
They're asking about the
셈이지.
purpose of the golden bows. Uh-huh. I see you've finally begun to ruminate on subjects, Manager Dante. Here you are growing curious about the company's plans. Then I had to aid your management as a guide by providing kind explanation. The golden bows, they are branches, as their name suggests. That's what we call stems growing from the trunk of a tree. These ones happen to have a golden glow.
오, 과연
Forsooth. Thanks to this exchange, he painted me as an ignorant bloke who doesn't even know what a branch is. Yeah, I know. Rhodia shrugs at me as if to chaff me for expecting a real answer.
길이 막혔어.
Verge. The road is blocked. Should I go around it?
막혔.
Blocked?
막다른 길은 이상한데요.
Strange that there's a blocked road. This is in the middle of K-Corp's nest, too. It's unlikely that there's a scene. Before Schmel could finish her sentence, a dull thud at the window interrupted her.
방금 버스에 부딪혀서
Something just got flung in the bus and boinked off. That was a person, wasn't it?
40대 초반으로 보이는 남성.
A male individual who appears to be in his early 40s. There seems to be a serious injury in his occipital region. He had already died before the impact.
단순한 소동은
Sure doesn't seem like the average scuffle. Pit stop.
해결할 수 있는 문제라.
If it's a problem you can handle, come back after you're done.
문제가 아니라
And what about if it isn't?
해결이 될 때.
The clock will have to spin until it's been dealt with.
전원 하차. 왜? 어차피 이렇게 말할 거 아니었어?
기대되네요. 이번엔 또 어떤 모험이
So true. What adventures are in store for us this time? It's so aesthetic here right now. You can't hear it through the mic, but it's raining outside. I have my window like slightly open and I have like a cup of hot tea steaming. I don't know whether to like Honglu or to hate him. He seems like he's just rich and happy, and he's probably fucking hot too. Annoying. Okay. So supports. Oh my god. This what? This one, yeah. Wait, can I do more than one? Oh, you can do like, okay. Whoa. Damn, I just see everybody. Wait, can I actually do both? No, cannot. Okay. Only one. How would I do that? It doesn't say that I get anything. Go in and out to refresh, what do you mean? Ooh. Oh shit. Oh, there it is. Damn, nice. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, that is the team. This is still like a bit of a... I did not level, I did not uptie, I did not do anything to this unit. She's just there for the hell of it.
버스 너머로 봤다시피 이곳은 둥지 한복판입니다. 예상치 못한 소동과는 거리가 제일 멀어야 할 장소.
As you saw through the bus, we are in the middle of a nest, the place that should be the furthest from unexpected trouble. Okay, with this music, I'm getting slight cyberpunk vibes. Also, apparently, this would be a dystopian nightmare, no? If you live in a part of the city, like imagine you just live. Okay, the city is big. It really should be called a country if we think about it. So, whatever. If you lived in this district, basically imagine living in a city, right? That is ruled by like one corporation. That's so weird. That is so weird. Although I guess in some places it's not too far from reality. It's a dystopian nightmare, everyone. Yeah. It seems like it. I mean, some places seem kind of nice. Loki, in the flashbacks, you know, for Sinclair, I was like, this is kind of. They're kind of chilling. Like he's just going to school and shit. Like, this is surprisingly slice of life coded, but you know, then tragic backstory struck. As you saw through the bus, we're in the would that mean this is a precious commotion? Everyone except drowsy Hung Lu was tensed up, carefully observing what was going on. Is that? Someone was running our way in a hurry from the other side. The civilian was too hurried to look ahead. They bumped into the sinners and fell to the ground. Don't go that way. Come now, you may rest easy. We have galloped hither to save innocent lives such as yours, for we are no such things as heroes, so please don't say anything unnecessary. Oi, we need to cross here. If you're here to stop us for nothing, then I'll give you a taste of this bat. What is your problem? Looking at Heathcliff's intimidating face and Ishmael's frowned expression in turn, the civilian seemed to take a moment to consider which would be more of a threat. There's something ahead, something that shouldn't be real. I don't know what it was. I've never seen anything like it. Everyone was screaming and running, and then people rolling on the floor set on fire? Did the entity you witnessed have a form that does not resemble a human? Yeah, you're right. That's right. Then, if it isn't a person... Okay. So I was correct that it was a bull eating or something, I guess. Okay. What's going on here? It could be a distortion or whatever, no? Like the chicken place? Honestly, the chicken side story almost felt non-canon. Like, him mentioning it here was like, whoa, that was real. Shit. That's different. That one is an abnormality, not a distortion. I'm sure of this, somehow. As Dante suggested, that entity is likely to be an abnormality. Our manager is able to sense it. But then why? Why is an abnormality in the middle of the nest? It's a phenomenon of which Faust has never been notified. Most Lobotomy Corp facilities were shut down as soon as the wing was dissolved. I was reminded of the site burial Yuri told us about, but I quickly shook off those gloomy memories. Even if an abnormality did break out in the meantime, there should have been a report informing us of such a fact before this mission. It's hard to imagine that the LLC would have been unable to notice if such an event actually occurred. Could they be the security staff that gets sent by K-Corp? Rather than suppressing the abnormality, they're just getting completely wrecked. It sort of takes me back to the time when we got beat bad in D-Corp's district. Oh, come on. First that chicken restaurant guy goes cuckoo, and now this. I'm really over this kind of Nest K welcome. Right as they complained. Debris created by the rampaging abnormality narrowly grazed past us. What the hell are you doing? Just watching from here won't do us any good. It'll crush us all to a pulp. You're gravely mistaken. Have that insane brat's daily ramblings finally managed to brainwash you? Huh? Hark, I prithee, why dost thou mean by this insane brat? I love the amount of... This is the most prithies that I've read in my entire life, I think. The guide only instructed us to return once the commotion has been dealt with. He never ordered us to deal with it ourselves. That's fucked up. For goodness sake, what's there to be so damn obtuse about? Didn't you see what just happened? It almost blew my head off. Who knows what else will happen if it keeps up? This'll be over if we just beat that damn thing down. What else do we got? Parking a seat to keep watching, gobbling some chicken? There's no need to waste our lives on fights unrelated to our missions. This feels pretty related though. I'm sure you filth didn't even realize, but here's the thing. The more you die, the less efficient you become in battle. Experiencing a certain pain will make you learn to fear and avoid it. People are dying over there as we speak, though. Although it will cost much time and many lives, they will eventually suppress it, just as we do. And I must say, I didn't expect a whining amateur who'd cry out for his parents whenever he died to willingly suggest self-sacrifice. Death has become a triviality to you, has it? If you must make the best decision between the sinners, it's right to listen to her. We're not fixers, and we certainly cannot be heroes. Turning the clock obviously hurts whenever I do it, and the pain is something I can never get used to. And yet, we should suppress it. I can't logically explain why, but I feel like we should. I'd have crushed that clock and run out there if you gobbled the same rubbish, clock face. If that is your decision, I will abide by it. Yeah, alright. I'm sure you made the right call. Thank you for making that decision. You worry too much over little things, Clock. You won't be an artist. This judgment was made for none other than you, Executive Manager. While all the others moved forward, Faust remained and gave me a peculiar stare. What is it? You think my judgment was inefficient? No, I just thought it would be interesting to see how you react once you've reclaimed your memory. Okay. I think it'll be interesting how I will react once I get further in the story and go back to this part, I guess. Faust's strange statement held me in place for a moment. It's so true, but I decided I want to deal with questions that are immediately ahead of me first. Faust, I've been wondering for a while, are you really okay with being treated like this, considering your talent and everything? Someone of her caliber should have no problem enjoying a luxurious life in the city. Faust doesn't mind. Additionally, talent feels like the incorrect word to describe Faust. She's genetically modified. Many can possess talent. Alright, but Faust does not want to be included in the many. Among the sinners, if we were looking for a talented individual of the most commonly agreed definition, that would be Yi-sang. For your information, I am a genius. Yi-sang stops walking behind the other sinners and turns around to face me. Looking again, his eyes actually stare into the emptiness behind me. I am no such individual. I have long stopped fluttering my wings. Thus, it would be of no use to discuss my talent, Manager. Curiously enough, I find that some sinners feel more distant as we spend more time together. What's that flying machine? It's been irking me. Got the urge to SID for the 3000th time. That is a device called a drone. Oh, they might be combat drones K-Corp sent to help us. The wing seems to be above average in terms of technology. No, viewing its design, it doesn't appear to be equipped with combat functionalities. It also has a camera at the center. Okay, this makes me think that K Corp is like fucking around in some way, and they were like released the abnormality on purpose and are observing it or something like that. But maybe I'm too pessimistic. Well, I guess it makes sense to get a close look at the mess happening in a well-off nest. Abashed, Ishmael mumbled.
우리도 그럼 뉴스라는 거에
Will we be featured on the thing called The News?
그런데 이 드론들
Wait, something's off. Why
왜 시체랑
are they only filming corpses and dying people? Oh,
자극적인 쪽으로 시선이 몰리는 건 당연한 일이지 않겠어?
okay. Propaganda purposes? It's the provocative stuff that draws more attention, doesn't it?
이만큼 끔찍한 사고가 일어났다.
Look at this terrible incident. See how morbid it is, or something like that.
하지만
But
잠깐 꼬맹이 앞에
아무리 봐도 이상하잖아요. 이것 봐요. 왜 저를
look at this thing. Why does it have its camera glued to me?
난 혼없는
I don't
관객을
appreciate a
좋아하지.
soulless audience.
수가 적지 않다.
So based. There's a considerable number of them, and these drones, they appear to be deliberately preventing us from entering the area where the abnormality is.
그럴 리가.
Can't be. We're here to help, so they'd have no reason to get in
하겠어?
our way, right? Now the drones have started lining up and formed a wall as if to stop us from proceeding any further. Greetings, citizens. Please keep 10 meters of distance for your own safety. K-Corp staff has been dispatched. Your safety is assured. Please keep 10 meters of distance.
아니,
No, look, your staff is being slaughtered over there. Can't you see? Yep.
애초에 말이 안 되는 방송이에요. 이런 난장판에
쓸데없는 짓거리.
Not gonna do us any
고장이
favors.
났단 설계.
Don't know if they're malfunctioning or just badly designed, but we'll have to get rid of all these before we can get to abnormality. Very well. It definitely seems like a conspiracy is brewing.
일리 있는 의견이다. 그걸로
Maybe. Or something like that.
그려는 대로. 낮도 밤도 지 숨이 닿도록 베어낼 뿐. 관계에서
Also,
불길 속으로
I know I could probably look this information up, but what happens with ego shards at the end of the season? It says that they're season 7. Does it make a difference? Do they just get... They just become thread? That's a lot of fucking thread. Half of them, okay. That's still a lot, actually. Huh. I see. And the season ends sometime in August, right? Or something? I'm just wondering if before the end of the season I'll be able to get an ID or something. Wait, do half of them become thread and like that's it? Or do you keep any of them at all? Okay, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that, yeah. Alright, I get you. That's fine then. Okay, so you can hoard a little bit. Fuck, I have to do this every time? I suppose it's fine.
선원 집합. 이번 작품에 대해 논의할 시간이다.
Oh, it's just a fight.
그려는
Okay. I didn't realize it was a fight. If you play some MDs and buy boxes from event, you can easily get 1 or 2 IDs. I mean, I plan to get the event ID and then I don't know. I want a Gamba, man. I'm gonna spend the currency on tickets first for sure, and just do extraction. I just think it's more fun. Okay, I'm sorry. Gambling is more fun. Also, I just like the idea of like an element of randomness, you know? Like you have to make a team work with what you got, basically, you know? You can't just, I don't know. I like that aspect of it.
불길 속으로. 그 오물을 떼어내주지.
I mean, obviously, like eventually I'll like go closer and closer to being optimal, but
알겠어. 이 순간이 닿도록 되어내리라. 낮도 밤도 지어 숨이 닿도록 베어낼 뿐.
wait, real? Holy shit.
정화.
Yeah, my team is kind of wait a minute.
겨우 다 처리.
But no, to be fair, the one that died is Otis, who I did not upgrade like in the slightest, so. That's the last of them. They aren't gonna make us pay for the damages, are they?
당한 방어였다고. 재선에서
I'll try to report that it was an act of self-defense. Past, darling, did I ever tell you this? You're really just so, how do I put it? You rock.
깨달음이 느리신 편이군요.
Where are they?
뭔가 이상해요. 이 환상체요.
Something feels strange about this abnormality. Doesn't quite feel like the others we fought.
평소라고 할 만큼 많이 겪.
Not sure if we even have that much experience in that department, but well, I guess there's the crowd around us shouting and yelling.
된 거야 이 환상체들.
What's up with these abnormalities? How did they show up in the middle of the nest, and how did they get more horrifying? And I've seen that one in the mirror dungeons a few times too. Never in a fight though. Come to think of it, what was the deal with those abnormalities in the mirror dungeons that didn't fight us?
우리가 본 건 거울
Those were glimpses into the abnormalities, mental spaces, and habitats viewed through the cracks of the mirrored world.
굉장히 좁고
It is a chasm, incredibly narrow and unstable, indeed, which only allowed for limited interaction.
딴 건 모르겠고
Forget that, all I want to know is why are these so tough? They're as nasty as what we faced on the railway. I did not play on the railway. I don't know what you're talking about.
확실히
That is certainly true. Besides, what is this sickening fluid dripping from them? As the sinners pointed out, the abnormalities here were clearly different from what we've encountered before. This is... It oozes a mysterious liquid with a blue glint.
성분을 검토할 시간은 없으니 최대한 신체와 닿지 않게 해야겠어요.
We have no time to analyze its constituents, so we should be careful not to come into contact with it. Ish. No need to tell me. I'm not about to smudge myself with that.
이것들 어디서 뭐
Did
잘못
these
들어본
things
거
eat
아니야?
bad food off the floor or what? It's like they've got rabies.
관리자님.
Manager, it looks like you have your work cut out for you. Please remember that I gave you my
꼭 기억해 주시기 바랍니다, 관리자님.
expostulation? Expostulation. Okay.
총원,
Okay.
전투 준비.
All men prepare for battle. Mm-hmm.
당연한 결과죠. 저는 선택받았으니까. 그렇겠죠?
What? Okay, these are just fights and there's no story, so I can just skip them, I see. But I can come back to them and clear them, which I will do off stream. Alright, cool. Alright. We fight him more. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared that I'm like not... Maybe I need to level them up more. I don't know. Nah, I'm fine. I'm literally chilling. Maybe I'll do some leveling
전원 집합.
for next time.
이번 작품에 대해 논의할 시간이다.
Well. What? Wait, I don't understand. Hold on.
지금은 바빠요.
Will I... wait a second. No, it's favored. Well, it just told me to like fucking tank the damage? What the fuck? When I literally was like, you know what? Don't even try. Like, what do you mean? What? This is like fine. I can do this. Okay, whatever. I mean, this doesn't matter. This kind of matters. It doesn't really make a difference which one I target, right? If it's all unopposed, right? Oh, that kind of sucks, actually. Dude, this is... Wait, minus... Okay, wait. What do the percentages mean again? Minus 50% and 125%. I forgot. Yeah, I think she's gonna fucking die. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's just gonna die. Which I guess is fine. You deal 75%. Ah, shit. Oh, that's not good. What can she do? Maybe I can just like... She can just tank it. Whatever, it's fine. She tanks it. She lives. Whatever. She doesn't even do damage anyway. Like, who cares? Truly.
정화.
이 순간이 다
It doesn't matter. Ryoshu will carry through all of it. Whatever. Oh my god, you guys, I'm actually engaging with a combat system. That's crazy. I mean, honestly, I probably could still win just by pressing the win rate button. I think. Maybe everybody would die except for Ryoshu, but like I feel like she would carry. Maybe. Maybe like Ryoshu and Gregor together or something, you know? Oh, this time it like actually. Okay, see, this is literally fine.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
Low key, just give her 2 slots. Compelling. Maybe you're right. Would it give... So it gives additional slots to characters based on pick order, right? So if you like... If I picked Ryoshu first, right? And then there would be only 4 characters total, she would get the additional slot, right? I feel like that would actually be kind of valid. Right? Because she does so much damage compared to everybody else. Having her go twice would be actually not that bad. That's an insane amount of description for a evasion skill. Right, I can't do shit. Is he gonna be okay? It's fine. He's gonna be fine. She's too slow. Rip. This is the speed rolls, right? The like 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, right? Sorry if I'm asking like dumb questions, because I just, you know, I haven't had to engage with the system very much at all. I'm operating based on vibes, which is fine. You know, I'll learn bit by bit. Like I've watched the tutorials and all that stuff, but I learn best through just experience and experimentation and everything, so. I have a bad memory. Rip Otis. You will be forgotten, unfortunately, because you're not that good. It's fine, we're hard carried. Yeah. Another dumb question. What do the what do the red coins do? What is the difference between the red coins and the yellow coins? Unbreakable does what? Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Thank you. As the prolonged cycles of pain came to an end, the abnormality has been successfully suppressed. We can return to the bus now. It was a success that accompanied many deaths and revivals on our side, but I nodded anyway. We got back on the bus harboring a few unanswered questions. You came back later than expected. I was just about to take my first nap in a while. I was expecting him to coldly tell me to do my job as the middle manager and follow whatever orders I'm given, but his answer was surprisingly earnest. The existence of abnormalities has been almost completely unknown to the public, and we don't possess all the details on them either, Dante. Enigmatic as they are, let's leave Miss Faust and other departments of our proud Limbus company to uncover all the details in the future, as we likely ought to.
그러죠.
Will do. Was Faust given any time at all to do some sort of research on this job? The mysteries were left unsolved, but if Faust accepted the suggestion without a hitch, that probably means she's thought of a way.
거기 왜 아까부터 자꾸
You,
어깨를 움츠리고
why do you have your shoulders hunched over like that?
가뜩이나 조그맣던 통에 어깨까지 수그리고 다니니까.
You're short enough as you are, and this shrunken posture makes you practically imperceptible. I hoped to meet Lord Siegfried again.
한 손으로는 저희를
Wasn't that the man who took photos of himself while cutting us down with one hand?
자크풀이다.
본인이 사람들을 구하는 모습 지크프리드님께도 보여드리려고 했단 말이오.
Eager was I to show him my valiant acts of rescuing imperiled civilians. I vowed that I shall meet him again as a fixer of noble cause. Why not be a fixer? I'm looking forward to finding out why they're sinners, quote unquote, and what's going on. Reunions are more touching if it's after a long time, Don Quixote. Try thinking that it's a good thing he didn't show up today. It really is strange, though. He's not one to miss spectacles with this many spectators around.
흔히 말하는
Is he kind of like a celebrity then? You could say that. He has a flair for showmanship, so it's usual for K-Corp to take advantage of these kinds of commotions by sending him. But if he hasn't shown up for this perfect opportunity to draw the public's full attention, that means this isn't something they want people to notice. I shan't take such vicious slander of Lord Siegfried. On the fifth row of... I don't care for the Siegfried glaze, I'm sorry. Alright, you'd best hold that belief of yours dearly. That way you'll have something to cling to when you face the extreme in the future. Her worst trait so far is glazing some less than respectable individual. Ooh, the client. As the futile conversations reached an end, the bus lazily pulled to a stop. We'd arrived in front of a building. That was a genuine stutter, wow. I feel like I stutter sometimes, but it rarely comes out as like a literal like that kind of thing. So tall that it would take a while to count the floors. A few shrank down as if intimidated. I understood Sinclair being one, but Heathcliff and Ishmael also seemed to be pressured. A few looked around with curious eyes, and some others walked and carried themselves as if they knew they deserved royal treatment.
저희도 인지도라는 게 생긴 모양이에요.
This place is nice, I guess. We've earned some renown. We're finally being invited to places regular people would live. Let me make one thing clear. If the request and the rewards a load of tosh like the last time, I'm out. Heathcliff ground his teeth, whether by Hong Lu's words or due to memories of what we got into last time we were here. You're a little late as expected.
저자는
As expected.
다시 만나 뵙게 되어 좋군요.
Pleasure to meet you again. I want you to know that this is my heartfelt sentiment and not a formality. Familiar face I never expected to see again greeted us. I'm out. Already told you.
놔!
You know how it feels to have nightmares about doing the tango with raw chickens?
사실 지난번 의뢰는
To tell you the truth, my last request was a test to measure your competence.
훌륭한
And you
점수를
passed with
거두어가셨군요.
flying colors. Congratulations. I mean this one as well.
누구 마음대로 테스트를 하고
Who are you to
점수를
test and
줘?
grade us, huh?
그거야 물론
That's of
그거야
course
물론 저의 똑소리 나는 비서 삼조씨 마음.
at the discretion of Mr. Samjo, my shrewd secretary. So you must be from Limbus Company.
반가워요. 동랑입니다.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dongrang. I heard a lot about you from Samjo. It almost made me a fan. Fan? Didst thou say just now that we have earned thine adoration?
립 서비스잖아, 돈키호테.
It's just flattery, Don Quixote.
솔직히 말씀드리자면
I'm being quite honest, the test wasn't my idea. I mean, you aren't lab hens or anything, and you deserve better than involuntary tests.
네, 제가 제안했습니다.
Indeed, it was my suggestion.
그야 림버스 컴퍼니는
I had reason to do so, as your Limbus company is a little-known firm that could or could not be newly established.
저희가 동랑님
We couldn't take the
말씀만
risk of
믿고
entrusting an unknown organization with a request on Mr. Dongrang's word alone.
그러니까
So that means you're requesting us. Ishmael asked for confirmation that this was indeed a direct request, her face seeming rather proud.
그거야 당연하죠.
Of course,
왜냐면 당신들은
because you all are.
아,
Why don't I show you to my lab? What the f-
재밌는 거 많이 있는데.
What do you mean? What are you saying? There are many fun things to see.
네?
Sorry, are you really going to take these people to your laboratory?
왜?
Why not? They passed your test, didn't they, Mr. Samjo? And if they got skills to take down what they called an abnormality, as we saw today, that's the third. My traces of heroic deeds indeed make themselves known to the masses in no time.
말을 재밌게
That's a
하네요.
fun way to put it. He's so evil looking. I'm sorry, this guy looks so evil.
당신이
You must be the manager. It was Dante, yes? May we speak for a moment? Faust tried to say something to Dongrang, but he and Samdra pulled me far away by the time she stepped forward. I mean, I don't mind, but you two can't hear me anyway. I was too embarrassed to bring it up in front of the whole group, but actually one of your employees was an old friend of mine.
제 옛날 친구가 있어요.
Yeah, this guy has to be evil. Who is it?
그런데 그분도
And he wouldn't give me a nod either. Perhaps he was embarrassed like me. It was a struggle to hide how disheartened I was.
동랑님,
Mr. Dongrang, this individual is unable to communicate normally.
그래서 말하는 거야.
That's why I'm speaking, Mr. Samjo. It's like I'm back to being a child, muttering my woes to a wind-up toy, don't you think?
제가 여러분께 의뢰를 부탁했던 것도
It was mostly because of him that I decided to send my request to you. I can trust a familiar person better than a stranger.
보이십니까?
See, this is why I can't let my guard down for even a second. You're too easily influenced by human attachment. No. He knows of a trauma that will resonate with the golden bow that he can then fucking do something with or something.
그러니까 단테 씨는
Surely.
친구 사이는 알아서 잘.
So let me ask you a favor. Use your tact and consideration to pretend that you know nothing about the relationship between him and me, okay? Then why fucking tell me?
여긴 연구실 복도입니다.
We're at the laboratory
여기까지밖에 못
aisle.
들어오겠지만
Ordinary visitors would not be permitted to go any further. But since you've been invited by Mr. Dongrang, I will show you the interior.
우와, 저도
I hope that could work at a company as big as this.
그럼 림버스 말고
Then maybe you could have applied to one. Why didn't you give it a shot?
농담이죠.
You're joking, right? Not everyone can join these companies. It's kind of firm only accepts the very best of the elite. Like Faust or Yi Sang, for example. Yeah, why did you choose to join the Limbus company out of all the options you had? There must have been better places to shoot for.
파우스트니까요.
Because I'm Faust. What about you, Yi Sang? Let me take the trouble of asking in return, manager. Why did you join the company you work for? I mean, that's because I had no other choice. That should sufficiently answer your question. The laboratory was dominated by a stillness that could only be achieved with everyone in total focus.
단테 봤어? 냉장고에 간식들이 잔뜩 있어.
넉넉하게 챙겨 가세요.
Take as many as you'd like, Mr. Samjo. Pack some snacks for the break room into small bundles to give them later.
알겠습니다.
대박이다 이스. 지금이라도 나랑 이직 준비할까?
다 들려요, 로자 씨.
로자 씨, 근로계약
농담 파우스트 씨.
그럼 이제 의뢰 내용을
I'm really curious if they're just permanent. Like if the contract they have is if it has a finish line at all. Or if they're like effectively enslaved or something. Let's move on to the request.
이젠 하다
You're bringing outsiders into the building now? What are you, a field trip guide?
잠깐 실례.
Pardon me for a moment. This is Shren.
부서 팀장이자
She's the manager of the department next to mine and a colleague who joined the company at the same time as I did, visiting me to hurl hurtful words. Takes up much of her daily routine.
회사에선 네 팀에 할애하는 복지비가
I figured someone's got to point out the massive drain on our company's welfare budget that is your team.
아,
If you're wondering about how we spend our welfare budget, you'll see when the Department of the Year trophy is awarded, right, Samjo?
최우수 부서가 받는 혜택을
It would take a full day to
이야기하자면
list the benefits that the department chosen as the best receives.
둘 다 똑같이 재수 없어.
라이벌인가?
That arrival. I do suppose excellence is followed by envy, whatever it is.
시기는 발전의 원동력이니
Envy fuels advancement, as they say, so it's only right for us to show a little generosity to those following behind.
출연료 부서에도 들어갔어.
Okay. Should we give some of the pies we brought from the store to Shren's department, Mr. Samjo?
안 그래도 그럴 생각이었습니다.
I was planning to do so. The pepper, chili, lettuce, and curry flavored ones specifically.
그것도 맛있겠는데?
그럼 소문은 들었어요. 황금가지라는 유기물을 수집하는 신생 회사가 있다고. 그리고 그 황금가지라는 건 폐쇄된 로보토미 지부에서 발견되고요.
황금가지의 존재는 어떻게 알게 된 거지?
얼마 되지는 않았어요.
It was a recent discovery. We'd been using Lobotomy Corp branch near our research facility as a lab until a few months ago.
그 끔찍한 곳에 연구소를 차렸다고.
하지만 전부
뭐
연구 대상에 환상체도 포함되었던 건가요?
알아보시는군요.
Huh.
연구원이라면 그냥 지나칠 수 없는 존재죠.
Okay. I wonder how Limbus Company... Okay, if the golden bows were recently discovered... Okay, they might have been recently discovered in, like, official capacity, I guess. Like, public knowledge. But they might have been, like, known to some individuals or something beforehand. I wonder if Limbus Company is one of the first people to... Or one of the first, like... You know... entities to, like, understand... the potential or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I'm like starting to wonder what recent even means. Like how recent are the discoveries? How recently were all the people at Limbus Company employed? It seems like it happened like a couple of months ago, basically, right? Like right when Dante got the clock head, they all came out the bus and were like, hello. And like each individual person didn't know any other people on the bus, like, you know. Because whenever I think about these concepts or pre-established whatever stuff, like the Sinners, Limbus Company, whatever, in my head, oh, this must have happened years ago, like a long time ago. Same with the Golden Bows. Maybe it all happened like very, very recently, like last year or some shit, you know? Anyway, researchers must be all soft in the head if that's what they're interested in. Hold on. When you were mumbling rubbish and tossing a rock at one of them chicken heads, did you...
히스클리프 씨는 가끔씩
I will say, Heathcliff's unexpected fits of insight surprise me sometimes.
당신들이 우연을 가장
You led us into dealing with a distortion in a coincidental encounter so that you could gather data for your research on abnormalities.
아, 우리 삼조 씨는 연기가 영 능숙하지 못해요. 이해해 주세요.
Please understand, we had no means to clearly distinguish a distortion from an abnormality.
마음이 산산이 허물어졌을 때
A person distorts when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces. Was
멋있는
it?
비유였어요.
That was a stellar figure of speech. Did you restore his crumbled mind back to health then?
무너진 마음을
There is no way to piece together someone else's broken mind.
가르쳐드린
We merely showed him the way. It was the choice of the restaurant owner whether to stay there or take that path.
사장님의 선택.
와, 당신 정말 많은 걸
You know so much. If I were just a bit younger, I'd have jumped and hopped trying to high-five you.
하이파이브라도 시도했을 거예요.
Unk.
언제든지 사용하죠.
Knees hurting probably.
동랑님 또 이야기가 새고 있습니다.
그렇네요.
One day, while we happily indulged in research in that laboratory of the Lobotomy Corps branch facility, armed terrorists attacked the place. Have you ever seen a bomb set off before your eyes? It's quite a spectacle. It all starts and ends in a split second, just like the universe, isn't it?
테러를 일으킨 세력은 어디였지?
Where are the terrorists
이놈의
now?
신분은 특정할 수 없을 정도로 제가
The members have almost nothing in common and their motive is unknown. They only showed up recently. Speaking of that as well, I said that I watched the intro sequence again, and I feel like the designs of the characters in that first scene were too, like they were clearly designed. You know what I mean? Like they look like actual characters and not just side characters, you know? So I wonder when they'll make a comeback and whether they are like also a part of like some other group, you know? But then like, I don't think they're part of the same faction as like the red people. I don't know how to call them, but like the, you know, the group that took the golden bow in the first Canto, I feel like they're not part of the same, you know, group of people. So I kind of wonder how many factions there are.
결국 동랑시 팀이 머물고 있었던
In the end, the terrorist organization took over the laboratory. So I guess we have to kill terrorists?
영구실은 그때 옮겼던 것인가 보군.
Or
피해는 어느 정도야?
how severe was the damage?
저 비어 있는 자리들
You see those empty seats?
당분간은 공석.
They'll stay that way for a while.
죽었거든요.
Their owners died in that act of terror. Looking closely, I saw snacks and flowers placed on their cushions, probably as a way to mourn the dead.
아, 이 친구는
This fellow we only managed to recover a finger from. We couldn't find the right place to put it, so we've been keeping it in storage.
있을 거예요.
It should be over at the display on the second floor. There's so much we had to leave behind.
특히 제 얼굴
I especially missed the plaque modeled after the face of my character. That was a favorite souvenir of mine.
아 이거 참 이거 어디까지가 농담이고 진.
그러면 저
What about that seat then?
아,
Ah,
저
that
팀은
one is reserved.
예정 새로운 직원이
We're waiting for a new employee to take the seat.
그럼 모집 요강이 따로 있는?
Oh dear, our Samjo is feeling all uncomfortable now. Shall we actually get to the point then? I may be blunt. I suggest an accord that will benefit both parties. If you help us retake the laboratory, we'll yield the ownership of the golden bow we found to you.
질문드리죠.
I have a question.
계약인가요?
Is this a fixed contract or a post-fulfillment review contract? Will it be represented by delegate bodies or co-executive members?
답변하겠습니다.
Well, let me answer that. This will be an immediate delegate body represented contract with no warranty liability. A contractual signing overseen by an observer from a grade 1 contract office will take place following due process. In J Corp's district, we couldn't get the golden bow right away despite winning because we didn't have anyone overseeing the deal. That Ida from the she started a fight even though Rodeo won the game. It's Ida from Los Mariachi. That's right. Instead of playing the role of the observer, she left us with no choice but to take the bow with force. Which is why it's safer to use the service of an association or a contract office to stand as an observer or to notarize the contract, even if it can be costly. That's what Faust probably considered most carefully, I think.
이건 확실히 저희 쪽에 유리한 체결 방식이군요.
This contract certainly favors our side.
확실히 달성한다면요.
This is the secret, but I frankly don't get more than half of what Samjo says. I just nod like, oh, I see, and move on.
우연인가? 우리도 마찬가지인데.
적어도 동랑 씨는 알아들어야 하는 거 아닌가요?
아, 그래도 K서 연구실과 계약을 맺으면
I guess making a contract with K-Corp's laboratory means we won't be fighting against the Wing's staff for a while. You know, those people who keep healing their wounds. Right. So you've seen K-Corp's regenerative technology already.
아우, 받기만 했겠어?
Oh, we've more than seen it. I'm surprised there weren't more repercussions to that, actually. Like, we literally just... I don't know. How is that ever resolved? I don't remember. Are they just chill now that we broke the law? And tried to, like, kill a bunch of people? Why don't I show you around my lab instead then? It's not there though. You'll have to take the elevator once more. You would show them that much? That place is off limits for unauthorized personnel. You just made a really funny noise, Mr. Samjo. Well, it shouldn't hurt. We're hanging out a bit to celebrate the provisional contract being signed. I mean, yeah, the sinners got killed, but was that enough? Because they, like, didn't stay dead. I would assume, like, jail time or something, but I guess I guess technically if the punishment is execution, then I guess they served that. Fair enough. I wasn't sure if that was an appropriate way to celebrate things, but since no one on the team objected, I decided to follow him. Good lord. This is another no fight node. Oh my god. There's been so much yapping. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, it's just a lot on my voice. This is where regenerative ampules are made. They're publicly called HP bullets, but the underlying principle is a nanobot-based medical treatment. At the moment, the ampule I slightly modified recently is the most commonly used version. So let me get this straight. You're the one who supplied that? We barely managed to crawl over that adversary. I'm relieved that none of you seem to have passed away or suffered severe wounds at the very least. That reminds me, I was told companies have different definitions of death on the job and the processes of dealing with them. I'm sure Mr. Samjo gave me an explanation on it.
아니, 그럼 동랑 씨는 계속해서
Are you continuing your research on improving these cure-all nanobots? Of course not. HP bullets have long been commercialized. My project right now is the improvement of livestock using them.
HP 탄을 활용.
가축 개량 연구요?
절단이
If
아무것도
cutting as a concept is reduced to irrelevance, if it becomes limited to a fleeting moment,
생각해 보세요. 우리는
think about it. We can get an endless supply of high-quality meat.
그냥 질 좋은 고기도 아니라
And it's not just any meat. The flesh will come from livestock, researched and improved with the combined efforts of countless minds. That's the quality and rarity we're talking about.
아무래도 동낭시도
Seems-
노자씨처럼 누구보다 고기
Dongang has a love for meat as deep as Rodi is. A love, you say? You might be right. If endlessly devoting time and care could be called love.
그럴지도.
둘이 묘하게 재수 없는 게 아까부터 하는 거 보고
We see live chickens whose wings and legs are being sliced endlessly. They don't even struggle, as if they feel no pain. Is this how nanobots look? All I see is liquid.
아니, 내 눈엔 그냥 액체랑 다를 바
Liquid, you say? I mean, it doesn't look blue, but... Or does it? No, I don't think it does.
너무나 작은 입자가 유동성을 가지면
When infinitesimal particles have fluidity, they will look pretty much the same as fluid. Is it really necessary to go this far for food?
어렸을 때부터 육즙이 흐르는
Sight is too
고기가
disgusting to
모자라는
handle for a rich boy who grew up on juicy meat, eh?
꼬맹이.
You know, there are lots of people in the world who'd go any length for a meal. I mean, yeah, but these are like chickens. I'll say something, a hot take incoming. One of the common like anti-vegan arguments, I'm not a vegan for the record, but like one thing that people say is like, it's necessary because of food or whatever. But like, no, it's not. You can just not, you know, you could just eat other stuff. You know, like meat is quite inefficient actually. If you actually care about like just feeding as many people as possible, you would be kind of in favor of reducing the meat industry and instead like, you know, having more plant-based foods because you can grow more of it. It's more sustainable. So absolutely not. I mean, okay. If they don't feel suffering, I don't know. I'm thinking about this like thing right now. Do they not react simply because they are just being killed over and over at such a rapid rate that it doesn't, you know? I don't know. It's an interesting thing to think about.
아니, 그거랑
This isn't the same, and my family wouldn't eat any meat. I was an exception, though.
왜 굳이 이런
Why does it have to be like this?
그러니까 제 말은
What I'm trying to say is,
하려는 말이 뭔지 알
I think I know what you're getting at.
조금
It does feel
부자연스러워.
rather unnatural, doesn't
단순히
it?
식량 개선을
If
위한
it was
거였다면
simply for the sake of improving food, there could have been more efficient ways to do it.
적어도 이거
There's one thing I can say for sure. If this technology had been made available in the back streets, my friends and I wouldn't have to rummage through trash cans.
기술
Technology.
아니요.
No.
이것은 한낱 사육이요.
This is no more than breeding.
저치들은 날 수 있다는 것도
They will never realize they have the ability to fly for their entire lives. Isang spoke, staring directly into Dongrang. It was unusual of him to take this much interest in matters.
반론합니다. 밝은 본래
I must
날지
object.
못하거니와
Chickens cannot fly in the first place, and this technology is providing quality welfare to many.
괜찮아요, 삼조 씨.
It's okay, Samjo.
본래는 눈조차
For someone
잘
who
나타나지 않는
usually
사람이
wouldn't look others in the eye to glare directly at a person,
그만큼
that's a sign of desperation, isn't it?
사육은
The husbandry.
연구실에
무슨 일이
Something seems to have happened
지금
to the lab.
연구실로 가는 게 좋은
Will it be a good choice to head there now?
괜찮을 거야, 삼조
It'll be
씨.
fine, Samjo. They're skilled enough that they got out of a scuffle with K-Corp security staff armed with our regenerative ampules without a scratch. I wonder who this Canto might be about. I'm pretty excited, actually. Yisang seems pretty interesting to me, so...
정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
An explosion has been detected. Please protect yourselves from danger by swiftly moving under your desks. That's a virus. That's literally just a virus. Right.
잘못 발사돼.
Oops, that was a misfire.
저 멘트는 여전하네. 왜 저런 말은
Same old that's so oversized. Holy shit. Same old announcement. I wonder why are broadcasts like that told in such calm voices?
숨이라도 헐떡이면서
Won't the little
말해야지.
gasping and panicking be more effective in getting people to evacuate?
역시 기술이나 과학 같은
See,
것은
getting so
없는데
preoccupied with all that technology and science nonsense dulls your empathy with feelings.
말이 너무.
You talk too much. Be quiet.
모두 무사하십니까?
Is everyone alright?
무사하지 않은
If you aren't, take a regeneration sample. A cross-compatibility test is normally needed, but we're in an emergency. You look unfazed. Doesn't a terrorist attack usually throw everyone into chaos? The first attack did have everyone panicking. The explosive detection broadcast didn't exist either. Mr. Samjo hid under his desk for quite some time. As I keep saying, the attack occurred in the lobby, and I was merely attempting to pick up a notebook that fell under the desk. You must take this situation seriously, Mr. Dongrang. An attack on a K-Corp laboratory in the middle of the nest is not a matter of course. For sure, they managed to arrive at the door where the researchers are. Oh, I think I sprained my left ankle.
로보토미 지부를 점령하고 있다는 테러
Are they the terrorists that are occupying the lobotomy corp branch? Indeed. Speak of the devil.
테러 단체들이라고요?
꼬맹이가 이제 그런 눈썰미도 생겼냐?
당연합니다. 직접 전투에 나서는 건 저들이 딱 보기에도 동랑님처럼 비실비실해 보이지 않습니까?
They hate each other. What
돈
the?
있는 놈들은 직접 안 싸우더라도
I've seen rich sods that don't get into fights still get body enhancing augments just in case. You sure they aren't just acting weak?
그렇지만도 않습니다.
It's not necessarily the case. As varied as ways to augment the body are, some may be repulsed by it, physically or mentally.
통지에 따라서
Some nests even forbid their residents from getting procedures above a certain level of power if they aren't qualified.
아래 것들이 힘을 가져서 들고 일어나면 곤란하기라도 하나 봐. 그치?
They don't want the lowly to rise up and topple the ruling class over, huh?
그 가능성도
I couldn't deny those possibilities. Each nest must have its own reasons.
하지만 근본적으로
But fundamentally speaking, augmenting procedures are like high-performing vehicles. If an unqualified driver were to try and handle a vehicle with a power output above what they can handle, layers of order in the nest would fall apart in no time. So they'd like to prevent that from happening.
열성적인 설명 중에 미안하지만 참고로 전
검문소에서
이제는 우리의 든든한 아군이겠네요.
5천의 과다 출혈.
Hemorrhage within 5 seconds. Spinal damage of at least 12 centimeters in length. Direct impact on coronary artery. Destruction of the cranium.
그리하여 모든
These steps will ensure that the enemy meets immediate death without unnecessary suffering.
불필요한 고통도 고통이지만
Can do that, but wasn't it mainly to fully destroy the brain so they can't regenerate themselves?
저기
Hey, if you don't mind, could you pretend to be dead if this doesn't kill you right away? My body stayed up all night upgrading the insta-kill function.
조용히.
Quiet.
내 말이 맞잖아.
See, I told you. With that recoil distance, it only reaches as deep as the occipital lobe. Did you really have to learn it through trial?
진짜.
Damn it.
축두역까지 뚫었어.
It should have gone all the way through the temporal lobe.
질 수 없죠. 로봇은
Can't lose to them. We have robots of our own. They should be here any minute now. Aha! There it is. The Regeneration Ampule Administration Drone.
그래도 든든하겠어요. 상처를 입을 때마다 즉각적으로 재생 앰플을 투여해 주는 건가?
네.
As long as their heads aren't lost and the ampule is injected before the golden time passes and their brain stops functioning, they're practically undying. Yep.
장기가 관통되거나
Injuries like holes in internal organs or broken bones can be healed in seconds. And still, they wouldn't be immune to pain. How can they be so calm about it? More drugs, obviously. They're all on fucking tranquilizers. Natural behavior. If all wounds can be healed up in seconds, all judgment regarding it will be secondary. If that's the case, will we become like that eventually? I don't see a reason to think about such things. I was just curious. By the way, who are these new faces with unfamiliar outfits? Anyone want to introduce yourself? None of our business. True, but it's kind of awkward to just be facing them. Someone's got to talk, no? We're no mere terrorist organization. Watch your words. I don't hate the sound of it. Lines up with my beliefs when I was 4. I had to answer the call of a grad school because the paper I wrote on atoms won a prize at the age of 11. Shut it. We are the Technology Liberation Alliance. Okay. I might be on their side, Loki. Liberate what technologies exactly? This technology yearn for freedom? Maybe they're talking about animals in the lab?
들었어? 미안한데 그런 고리타분한 여행은 옛적에 끝났단다.
You think we're working day and night assembling machines just to fight for happily raised chickens fried in healthy oil? Healthy oil?
특히 X-3형 볼트는 요새 구하기도 힘들어서 다른 둥지를 통해서만 주문해야 돼. 세금이 얼마나 붙는지 알아?
X-3형 볼트는 C-9 볼트를 주조한 다음 2시간 간
어디서 가짜게 아는 척을.
오.
아니 대체 왜 촉군한테까지 팁을 주는 거야, 파우스트 씨?
이해 못 하시겠죠.
You wouldn't understand. So true.
같은 것이 있다면
I like Faust a lot. She's fun. What the hell is that? I think I've seen this these in the mirror dungeon. I usually don't look at the enemies too much whenever I played them. So I was like, oh, what if they have, you know, enemies I haven't seen yet or whatever. But I think I've seen those. They are literally modeled after a virus, by the way. Which makes me wonder if it has any kind of significance. But if you look up what a virus looks like. Hello, hello. Music change? What? I should have made myself more tea, now that I think about it.
돌아가면 의견을 나누지.
How do people do this? I have like a couple of streamers I watch that play games that are, you know, that have a lot of dialogue that they just read out. And the streams last like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. How do they do it, man? Like every day. It's insane. Sorry. More currency, please. Thank you.
부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
I'm honestly starting to think that by the end of the stream, or like by the start of next stream, I'll have the event identity. Wouldn't be surprised. That certainly looks convenient. Broken bones heal up in a matter of moments. Keiko provided us with an astronomical sum of research grants to support our research on improving this ampule. Do keep this a secret from Shren, please. She might get mad about me about it for 3 months. Clock would only wind the thing after we've died. Scared of a little hurting. She doesn't know. It's okay. I think I cracked a bone in my right hand. Can I get an ampule? It's kind of harder to grip my axe. Cannot administer. Friendly entities of type whatever are eligible for serum rejection, but regeneration ampules may only be administered to patients hemorrhaging 1 liter or more of blood. Also, since you have not taken a cross-compatibility test for the ampules, yeah.
뭐? 무슨 소리야? 그럼 팔다리
이미 그러고 있잖아요. 저 K사 경비들 재생 앰플을 주입받으려고 스스로
어쩔 수 없습니다. 생채기 하나 날 때마다 재생 앰플을 사용하는 건 심각한 비용 낭비니까요.
It would be a tremendous financial waste to use regeneration ampules for every little scratch.
굳이 비교를 하고 싶지 않지만
Hate to make comparisons, but its value is far above the caliber of small firms like yours. Eesh. It looks a bit dangerous here. These machines are too rough. They might get me killed if I'm not careful. I might want to stay away from the fray a bit just to be safe. I do wonder about this. How is he gonna, just in every scenario, Dante is gonna have to like stay safe somehow? Just then something grazed past my head. I mean, my head with a threatening shrill. What? Uh-oh. Right as another projectile flew at me, Ishmael swiftly stretched her arm to take the hit. Turning to the direction the projectiles came from, I didn't find enemy robots. Instead, there was a K-Corp drone flaring with red.
관리자님, 괜찮으십니까?
Executive Manager, are you alright?
제가 대신 맞았는데.
I'm the one who got hit, Otis.
오티스가 대신 맞았어야 했습니다.
I should have taken the projectile for you. Curses.
저기요.
See what your robots that cost the bomb to make are doing?
아군을 오인 사격했잖아.
It fired at an ally.
반론합니다. 그건 오인 사격이 아니었습니다.
That was not friendly fire.
다만
However, it does appear that exceptions couldn't be fully configured. I apologize for that particular shortcoming.
무슨 헛소리를.
알다시피
As you are aware, you could come into this place purely thanks to Mr. Dongrang's whim.
이곳에 손님이
Having visitors in this place is an extremely rare occurrence and as such a factor that wasn't put into consideration.
K사 재생 드론의 쓰임새는 단순한 치료가 전부가 아니라는 소리입니다.
They do more than just heal people.
제 몸이 녹아가고 있는
Why does it look like my body's melting?
누가 한 명이라도 알아듣게.
K사 드론은 평소엔 부상자들에게 재생
Normally,
앰플을
K-Corp's drones administer regeneration ampules to injured personnel.
전장 이탈
However,
중에는
it injects a
그게
decay
그런
ampule to deserters. It shot the decay ampule at me because I was trying to escape the combat zone? Ain't that just revolting? Think you can pull off summary executions when there isn't even a war going on?
그래. 차라리 저 드론들을 앞장서서 싸우는 게
Why not just make the drones fight instead?
당신이 있던 둥지에서는 인명이
The nest you're from must have valued human life, am I right?
저 기계들은
The value of each drone we have far surpasses that of 10 Class 2 staff members combined. Do you understand?
이해해라. 그따위 강
I've had crappy coercion shoved in my face too many times. I don't feel like complying anymore.
이해는 되네요. 모의 전장에
I do understand where it's coming from. There was research that revealed that deploying K-Corp's drones in simulated battles increased the odds of victory by 23.5%.
연구자들 사이에서는
It was a pretty famous paper among scholars.
예로부터 전장의 사기를 떨어뜨린
Since the old
가장
times,
큰
deserters who try to flee from battle have been pointed out as greater detractors of morale than the threat of overwhelming oppression or weakness of the leader.
전장 이탈자의 공개적인 처벌은
Public punishments of deserters are a historically proven tactic supported by many examples. Understand it all you like, then.
이해.
실례했습니다, 관리자님. 시계 돌릴 때의 고통을 미처
신속하게 돌리셔야겠군요.
You might want to hurry if that's your concern. Her heart should still be intact in her current state.
관리자님, 저
Meanwhile, Yisang was staring at empty ampules rolling on the floor. That's fucked.
그려낸
I guess I can't really contest it, right? I don't know much about military stuff, and I'm sure that... I mean, you can't really do a study on that, I guess. It has to be observational on whether, like, how much deserters, like, you know, mess with morale and whatnot.
일리 있는 의견. 그걸로
I mean, in the real world, we do kind of use drones a lot, actually. Like, we've strayed away from purely human combat.
죄인인가?
당연한 결과죠. 저는 선택받았으니까.
Yippee! Level up.
그렇겠죠?
Oh, I have to do this fight, though. Can't skip this. Huh.
반드시 팬다.
Wait, it said 12?
거미집도
Shit. Did it say 12? I didn't see. Oh no.
일리 있는 의견.
이 순간이 다 배엄일이라.
Is this a real fight? Oh no. Nah, it's probably gonna be fine. Surely. Surely it's okay.
낮도 밤도 지워 숨이 닿도록 배어내.
It said 5, okay. I am hallucinating. My bad.
일리 있는 의견. 그걸로
I'm kind of looking forward to looking at all the IDs from each season after I do more Cantos.
배어내리라. 배어낼수록
Just to see more. As far as I know, the only Canto 3 IDs I have, or that I've like looked at in detail, are these two.
고해는
지금
But
바빠요.
it's pretty cool to see this type of connection. So I wonder how much of that I'll, you know,
그걸로
what the different IDs will look like based on each Canto.
낮도 밤도 지워 숨이 닿도록 배어내.
용서할 테니 다 죽어라.
죄인인가?
작품 완성. 돌아가면 의견을 나누지.
I don't know. I still hold that the scientist fella, Dongrang, is gonna be the final villain of this one. But maybe that's not true. Maybe he's... It could be the case that he is a villain of some kind, but, you know, he's not gonna be like the villain of this thing, you know? If that makes sense. Like, we're gonna have to defeat or kill somebody else, and he's gonna be like from the sidelines, like, oh, yes. I want to look at the art. Cool. Attention everyone, reinforcements have arrived.
저 사람들은 뭐지?
Who are these people?
그러게요. 누구야,
Who
슈렌느?
could these be, Shren? Made new friends other than me?
이번에 우리 팀 연구소랑 협업하고 있는
They're fixers from Rose Spanner Workshop, the ones we're working with for the current project. They've visited here several times already. You really should be familiar by now.
안녕하십니까. 장미 스패너 공방 대표 니코라고 합니다.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Nico. So true. Representative of Rose Spanner Workshop. Looks like me in real life, too. Not at all, actually, but... The enemy's face is clouded over at the unexpected arrival of reinforcements. Boring. Let's head back. What?
그래.
Sure, we'll leave.
저희의 포스.
Would you look at that? Our aura has made them flee out of terror. Oh my god, he even speaks like me. That's so good. The aura.
고마워, 슈렌느 씨. 이러다가 진짜
Thanks, Shren. This made me seriously consider the possibility that your department might be picked as the best next year for the first time. Shame about your precious trophies being destroyed, huh?
슈렌느님,
Mr. or Mrs. Shren, pardon me for suspecting, but you did not perchance wait until the trophies were broken before bringing reinforcements, did you?
이런 것쯤은 괜찮아.
I don't mind losing them, as long as the photo is fine.
직접 누나 자칫하면 연구원들까지 모조리 죽을 뻔할 수 있는 상황이었어.
네, 그렇기 때문이라도 하루빨리 저들을 소탕하고 빼앗.
어째서?
Why then does K-Corp not provide assistance? Clearly it's because they don't want the general public to know that such a thing happened in the nest, don't you think? While I may concede on that matter as innocent feathers were involved, this concerns researchers and laboratory, since when do I say that, and a laboratory directly affiliated with the wing.
연고지와 연계되어 있음에도 연막.
It's evidence that they want it. Ugh. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I can't fucking read anything. I don't know why. There's something wrong with my brain. It's evidence that they want it to remain discreet that much, don't you think? Anyway, I also bring a generous supply of regeneration ampules for you all to use. Now that should be a good time to depart, right? Fuck. Some days it feels fine and I can read fine. Some days I feel like my mouth is like a separate part of my body that I don't have full control over. It just like, it takes over for me and says words that are not there. It's literally just not there. I just made up a word in the middle of the sentence. Why? We aren't going on a picnic. You gonna be okay? No problem. Seeing you in battle made me all the more reassured about accompanying you. Just so you know, the technology our manager Dante uses is on a different level compared to K-Corp's ampules. Rather than regenerate, it restores. Therefore, observing it won't provide much insight that can be applied to K-Corp's singularity or regeneration ampules.
치료가 아닌
Restoration, not healing, huh?
단테 씨의 능력을 보고 보살치.
No way. Is he trying to copy Dante's ability like what that shady Bodhisattva chicken guy tried with his rival? I wouldn't do such a thing. I'm not the kind of person to cram down food that I know I can't digest.
당신 같은 경우는 전투에 능한 부하들을 보내는 게 일반적일 텐데. 구태여 최전선이라. 표창이라도 받고 싶은 건가?
It has to be common practice for someone like you to send capable underlings to do the fighting for you, and yet you insist on being on the front. Are you that hungry for a medal?
아니요. 그곳엔
It's that I left
미처 챙기지
a number of
못하여
things I couldn't take with me in time.
연속 3년 우수상 받은
Like the photo commemorating my third consecutive year of winning the Excellence Award, the plaque of appreciation from K-Corp, the photo taken to celebrate my lab's expansion, and what else was there? Classified documents concerning the research, sir?
받기보다는 받은 것을 가져오고 싶은 것이었나?
아 맞다. 그것도
그냥 급하게 몸뚱이만 건사해서 온 수준이구만.
동랑 저 자식은
I guarantee you that nerd Dongrang has never swung a fist in his life. He's too carefree, at least. Bring some fixers like me. Is your department going as well? I don't see how you could benefit from the success of this operation. Oh, another... She's gonna fucking die.
동료 셋이 죽었어.
3 of my coworkers died in their last attack. I don't want to feel left out. I lost too much to care about interests and benefits. To be fair, I've seen many streamers do this, especially with Limbus somehow. That's fair. I think there's just something about being a streamer that makes you illiterate. In that case, well, I'd be correct to assume that the payment for the fixers will be handled by your department. Just can't stop being such an irritating bunch. The lobotomy corpse branch we muster claim isn't too far from here. Let's head there together. I just took off a key from my keyboard. Whoops. I don't know if you could hear that. Hold on. Okay. I'll secure you an opportunity next time. Let's get moving.
누구 마음대로?
This mission felt particularly
그래서
tumultuous.
말이야. 내가 딱 칩을 건 다음에 이렇게 말.
Yeah.
그만 듣고 싶어.
역시 제2사 카지노에서는 도리도리.
Who was the other guy? Wasn't there somebody else? I think there were 2 people. Maybe it was just a random person. Hello. It's going pretty good. There's nothing like a head shake poker at J-Corp's casinos. There's people who sit at the slot machines all day long. They're all morons.
뭐야? 슬롯 머신에 뭐 뒤가 구린 거라도 있는 거야?
That just gave me the image of the grandmas just fucking clicking on the thing. What do you mean? There's something up with the machines? This is something I haven't told anyone else. You see,
좀 더 자세히 말해봐.
마음 들 안.
DLI. She says she doesn't like it. I whispered back to him saying, I know. This, oh my god. These are gonna be so long. I know I've been told this, but I'm realizing now that they're like 48. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my god. These are gonna be so long. Jesus Christ. Like, it's dawning on me. God damn. Oh.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우.
The group remained consistently noisy until the moment we arrived.
고요 속에서
Only in tranquility can art bloom in its full grace.
어느 팀에나 재수 없는
There's always going to be a
놈들이
snobby jerk on any team.
동감이다.
I must agree. I can't tell if they're here to handle a request or hang out. They loosen up too easily.
하지만 적어도
There's one fortunate thing, however, it's that we won't encounter any abnormalities here. Why does this person keep talking to me?
사실 처음에
To tell you the truth, the first encounter with abnormalities was a series of shocking revelations.
참
It was hybrid, so to speak. I wouldn't have been able to conceive such a concept as developing a new source of energy from the human subconscious.
이제
I believe that the so widespread and standard, what was it again? The age of humanity is coming to an end. Now is the age of the superior minds. Not too many have realized this with their hearts yet. You have no idea how glad I was to have you on board.
인기척이 들리는군요.
그려낸 대로
그 오물을
The combat stages got shortened. Canto 7 is the longest.
그려낸 대로
I've been told that Canto 4 is the longest primarily because of the like pure battle stages, and then it gets a little bit shorter from there.
불길 속으로
낮도 밤도 지나 숨이 닿도록 베어낼 뿐.
피는
이 순간이 닿도록 베어내리라.
I see him.
원망도 옅어지나.
Mhm.
테러범들은 안
I get you. It's still definitely longer than like Canto 1 based on the dialogue would already be in its final like stages, I feel like, you know, or somewhere along those lines. Like it would not, you know, we would be in the second half by now, and we're definitely not in the second half of this yet. I don't see any terrorists. Relax, I've brought plenty of regeneration ampules so those murder machines can rampage all they want. Holy shit, it's a Dalek. I got pretty mad thinking you might have thought we ran off, so I'm sending you a message verbally. I'm about to tell you something real important, so listen up. A pause to rouse tension. It's that you're a bunch of worthless worms. That's right, you're just worms.
맥 빠지는군.
기껏 집중하고 있었더니.
The machine suddenly starts to heat up and inflate.
온도가 비정상적으로 상승하며 부품이 팽창하고 있어요.
Explosion?
그렇네요.
Oh my, it really is. That's a telltale sign of an imminent explosion.
맞아요. 그리고 그렇다면
Indeed, and that means
그 정신 나간 기계에서 당장 떨어지라고!
this imminent explosion is taking a fucking while.
시간도 얼마 없었을
They must
텐데.
have used what little time they had to place traps like this. Their dedication is admirable. I'm raring to see the mastermind behind this.
숙명이죠.
Whoa. We keep going down in Cantos, I notice. Like, we always, like... I mean, I guess it makes sense. L Corp's whatever. Not always, I guess. Yeah, I guess not always. No, almost always. I wonder if there's gonna be a Canto where we actually like go up somewhere. It feels like we just go underground most times.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
정화.
I found it interesting that they look not like straight spikes, but they're like sonic spikes or whatever, or like teeth kind of. I don't know. There's a chance that it'll take 3 streams. Possible. I mean, what I'm assuming is that we'll be moving at a rate of like 2 to 3 Cantos every 2 months, if that makes sense. So like every month we're gonna do like 1 Canto or 1.5 Cantos or something like that. If I continue doing these once a week. Which isn't like too bad of a pace. No, I'm talking. I mean, like the individual spikes on the saw blades are slightly curved. That's it. Will this blow up once it stops working like the last one? Alright, so this is the second time you killed my machines, right? Let's see. You're a bunch of roaches that do nothing other than just crawl on the floor.
괜찮아, 괜찮아. 이런 걸로 울컥하지 마, 그래.
그러니까 바닥에 몇만 속 편하게 기어다니면 하늘
I understand now. Once the machines stop functioning, they play a pre-recorded voice clip, then explode seconds after. It is unclear what purpose they are meant to serve, but all the machines are equipped with the same mechanisms.
동네방네 놀림.
온 세상에 억지를 부려가며 놀려대니
뭐야? 반응이 맛이 없네.
네, 속이 크게 신경 쓰지 않으셔도 돼요. 이제 괜찮아요.
저 그런데 기술 해방 연합 단체는 어떤 성격을 띤 단체인가요?
그딴 건 왜 궁금해하는
Why do you bother asking such questions? All we need to know about them is that it's a terrorist organization with a hollow name. Their values are irrelevant to us. I don't think that's true. Come on.
알아두면 도움이
You never know what use the information might have, Otis. True.
저도 아는 바는 그다지 없습니다.
I know a little about them myself. I did hear that someone who used to work in K-Corp Laboratory is now one of the organization's core members, though I don't have the details as this took place before I joined the firm.
그분도 지금의 동랑님처럼
She was an outstanding researcher who was once awarded the Best Employee Award, much like Mr. Dongrang is now.
뭐야?
How do you know that?
수직원 트로피실에서
I saw her name on one of the plaques in the trophy room. Wouldn't you say it's mandatory for someone of my occupation to remember all the names there?
거긴 왜 자꾸 들여다보는 거야?
최우수 직원씩이나 되었던 자가 왜 테러 조직에
What could be the reason a highly praised employee decided to join terrorists?
아까 잠깐 보시지 않았나요?
I believe you saw her once earlier. She was enthusiastically destroying my lab.
딱 저와 슈레더
Right around when Shren and I joined the company, she was, well, rather famous within the firm. I heard rumors that she had wanted to test the limits of K-Corp's technologies. And one day, rumors about her leaving the laboratory spread,
그 종착지가
saying that this is where she ended up. Exciting. I kind of hope they have a good motivation. The terrorists, I mean. I kind of hope that they're cool. Because I don't know how I feel about a trope that, like, oh, this person technically has the right ideals, but they're like a terrorist and they kill people for fun, so they're a bad guy, you know? I'm not sure how much I think more often than not, I'm just kind of like, whatever. Okay, sure. Especially if it's like, if it hinders my perception of the character. Like in Legend of Korra, I don't know, if you've seen Avatar, Legend of Korra, season 3 is probably the best season, and Zahir is probably the best villain, but he also kind of sucks because he falls into that trope of like, having an interesting ideology, in theory, an interesting ideology, but then like he also just like wants to like kill people, I guess, or something. Like, you know, like his ideology falls apart because the writers were like, oh fuck, we have to make him a villain, like for real, actually, you know, and not just make him like a anti-hero or something, or like I'm saying he had a point, okay? He was literally correct about a bunch of stuff, and then the writers were like, fuck, he has to be a villain though, so. I feel like the proposed like ideology fell apart, and he kind of acted against his own self-described like interests, because they couldn't figure out how to write a villain who was interesting but also like actually a villain, you know? And I feel like that's a trap that people fall into sometimes. Everybody wants complex villains, but not everybody knows how to write them well, you know? This corridor might be the last. Once we're past here, we'll reach the edge of this facility. After I receive my precious items from there, I'll give you the ownership of the golden bow as promised. Feels like this is gonna end on a rotten note. You gonna be okay with that? These terrorists really must have ran off, seeing how none of them showed up. It was part of the contract to reclaim the laboratory. That's why I kept telling you, when you draft a contract, you have to be meticulous and calculating and write it in a way that favors us. Let's get going. They may be unarmed, but you're an incredibly weak and fragile civilian. Can't you count? You clearly outnumber us by a huge margin. Don't be a baby. Here at last, worms? It's the same voice that played from the machines. Yeah. Where are your other members, Senior Researcher Ran? Ran? Ran, okay. You managed to bring more help in that mess, I see. And put away that senior crap. We haven't even known each other for long. Don't you see what's going on? They've all evacuated, and here I am, buying time for them. That's interesting. We thought we stormed in unexpectedly, yet you knew it in advance and escaped. Because you're worms. Look at you, getting all cocky after receiving the Best Employee Award. Raiding here, there, trying to catch us. You got a big mouth. You think you're better than us? You're outnumbered, like you said. That noggin of yours probably knows you'd better surrender. Let's say I do. It's clear what you'll do with me. Alright, I'm not gonna say it. You'll neutralize me and keep me barely alive, curing me with your flaunted regeneration ampules.
원하는 답을 얻.
Rinse and repeat until you get the answers you want.
그럼 저희가 원하는 답을 한
Sounds like a problem that can be prevented by giving us the answers right away. Am I asking too much?
당연하지.
Of course you are. Unlike you, we aren't planning to live like roaches that feed on whatever is provided from above.
죽고 성질 돋우네.
This is really getting on my nerves.
아, 이제 놀아주는 것도
Whatever.
지났다.
I've had enough of toying with you.
지금 뭐 하는?
그래.
That's right. Show your curiosity only to what's happening immediately before your eyes. That's how a researcher should be.
선배.
Run. I was kind of hoping she would stick around and not blow herself up.
동랑님.
단테 씨 쪽 일행이
Someone in Dante's party pushed me away as soon as the blast was heard. You know, the quiet fellow with intimidating eyes.
저도 구하려고 했습니다.
아, 아슬아슬했네.
That was close.
망설임 없이 몸을 던질 수
It must be
있었던
the faith that they will come back to life at any time that prompted them to jump into danger without hesitation.
어떤 마음이나 정-
Not out of any sort of friendship or affinity. Isn't that right?
관리자를 지키고 회사에
역시 그런
That must be it. Yes.
편리하네요.
How convenient. You can recover your body without using regeneration ampules. I don't know. The ampule looks handier.
아 맞다. 슈레인느 씨도 괜찮으십니까?
Right. Is Miss Shrano right? And the other fixers?
저희는 끝.
We're perfectly sound. Your group blocked the blast for us, so we turned out fine.
그래서
That's why
재생 앰플을
you haven't been taking the ampules. That clock had special powers.
맞습니다. 제가 철저한
Indeed.
검증과
After all, I recruited them after thorough screening and testing. I see. Well, darn, all the ampules I brought are useless now. For some reason, Tren lets out a defeated laugh and drops the ampules in her bag to the floor. Well, don't do that. Rank your sinners from favorite to least favorite? I think I've done it at some point. I could do a little update, sure. After this, could go through them real quick. It's true. For them looking at it from a perspective that excludes me, this is certainly a convenient power. Fatal consequences can be reversed, and the only price is me having to bear the pain. No, wait. Is this really fine? And where does all the time to rewind come from? Interesting question.
미쳤고 빨리 돌려. 이거 진짜
It's interesting to ask the question, where does time come from?
불길 속으로.
But I feel like it's valid. I
나도
guess.
밤도 지나 숨이 닿도록 베어냈군.
Dude, if they actually explored the mechanism of how he's rewinding time for the sinners, I'm gonna be so hyped. Because, like, I just accepted it as, like, oh, he just does it. Fuck it. Like, you know, that's just what he does. And it's probably not gonna be explained properly for a while or whatever. Like, but if they, like, actually, you know, if it's not just, like, a special power or something, if they actually explore it or explain it in some way, I'm gonna be pretty hype about that. If there's a cost associated with it, that's gonna be interesting too.
일리 있는 의견이다. 그걸로 하지.
이 순간이 닿도록 베어내리라.
I need to stand up and stretch my legs. Oh my god. The worst thing actually when streaming is just sitting for the entire duration of it.
숨이 닿도록 베어.
I just forget, you know, that I have a physical body. Holy shit.
불길 속으로. 좋아. 다 죽어라.
All right, I'm no longer dying. Good.
영원히 잠들어.
All right, sinners from least favorite to most favorite. Skip 2 more fights. Damn. It's unfair. It's truly unfair that I keep saying that, oh, Ryoshu is my favorite. It is unfair, right? Because she barely does anything or says anything, but I just like her. I don't know, the vibes are good. So she's still my favorite. I don't care. I like her a lot. Honestly, they've kind of evened out a lot. Like, I don't have necessarily... Maybe after, like, Canto, fucking 5, 6, whatever. I'll do, like, an actual video talking in depth how I feel about each of them. But right now, I feel like I don't have, like, clear favorites, actually. I don't know when this happened, but I'm so much more interested in this guy, actually. Also, I just like this ID that I have. Even Heathcliff? No, he's still bottom 1 for sure. The one thing I know for sure is Ryoshu is number 1, Heathcliff is bottom 1. That's about it. I mean, Rodier is probably second least favorite. It's okay, it's easier to go from bottom up. Bottom, Heathcliff, then Rodier. Then Honglu. Then him, then her, then her, then him, then her, then her. Fuck no, Gregor, fuck. Gregor and Sinclair are like similar, right? Faust is actually really high, huh? I don't know, I like Faust quite a bit. Something like that, I don't know. I'll think about it more when I know more about each character, which I'm sure will happen later down the line. This is fine.
수련님, 파편이 몸에 튀었는데 얼른 주입하는 게 낫지 않겠어?
It is his Canto right now, true. But I mean, we haven't really heard anything about him. It's just, I think the fact that he is like a genius on the same level as Faust, according to the story, but he is based on a poet and he has this like, the things, like he's said very little, but the things that he has said makes me a little bit intrigued, you know? He has aura, okay? Shren, you've got shrapnel wounds. Are you sure you don't want to use an ampule? I'm fine. She's looking kind of blank-faced. Is she okay? The terrorists long since made their leave. All that's left here were bloodthirsty murderers, hell-bent on killing us. I've made my judgment. What do you think? I agree. There's a traitor in our ranks. No doubt remains in the matter. It's thanks to this spy that our course and plans were leaked from the moment we departed. To prevent further damage, it is right to dispose of them here and now.
우리 중에는 가능성이 드물 테니.
As it's unlikely to be one of us, the rational course of action is to suspect your institute's lackeys.
작전은 취소해야 합니다, 관리자.
This mission must be abandoned, Executive Manager, to allow ourselves to be involved in this nonsense.
불쾌합니다.
I'm repulsed by your accusation. Are you seriously suspecting us? I can assure you that we trust each other better than you people who haven't even been in the same firm for a year.
아니에요, 3조.
Their hypothesis sounds plausible. I would have said the same.
그렇게 말해서. 당신들 뭔가 할 말이
동랑님.
저 해결사 집단들.
That group of fixers haven't used regeneration ampules a single time since they came in here. Any sane combatant would kill to have those. There's one more thing. When we encountered Ran, they were distancing themselves from her in advance. The only explanation is that they knew there would be an explosion. Oh, brother. Oh, bother. Why not consider the possibility that my intuition is just that keen? Says clearly evil-looking person. What is this facial expression? What if we weren't using the ampules because these buddies and I are built healthy? I thought a truth tablet. I've brought a truth tablet just in case. I'll believe you if you testify the same after taking it. A truth tablet? That red thing. How can I take that suspicious looking drug? Sorry, did you have a choice here? Strange. If I were you, I would take the tablet or make more desperate excuses. You're so gladly squandering your chances to clear yourself of suspicion. It's almost like you're asking to be killed. Or did you decide to kill us all and get away with it? I thought a researcher's job was writing papers, and you're out here writing fiction, you deranged maniac. What? A chainsaw? I'm like 90% sure this is a wrench. What the fuck? I want to see his sprite. I want to see his full... What is he... What does he have? Showing your true selves now that you're cornered. I even taught you my secret to winning at the slot machines, and this is how you return the favor? It is a extremely weirdly shaped chainsaw. Or something. What the fuck is that? Why is it like that? Alright. I kind of thought they would stick around longer. But I guess we kill. What is Heathcliff's Canto? I'm assuming he got one since people seem to really like him a lot. So maybe he got like 10 billion character development, and so everybody's hype about him. Six, okay. The music changes. It's raining again. Okay, fellas, I hate summer. I'm a summer hater. I really don't like this season. It is the worst season. Sorry to say. But the thing I love about summer is how much rain we get. Like, we get so much rain and occasionally thunder, and it's like, it's so nice. I like winter generally more than summer, usually. But rain fucking mogs snow any day. Oh my god, it's just so good. I love specifically like leaving my window open. I'll actually fucking, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. I had to open the blinds to see.
전원 집합. 이번 작품에 대해 논의할 시간이다.
잠깐. 타임아웃이
Give me a second. I think we need to call a timeout.
오늘 아침에 먹은
Might be the sardine I ate this morning. My stomach is aching.
대장님.
Boss.
그런 건 없어. 다음은 뭐 분이다.
No such thing. Sync is up next.
슈렌느 씨가 말해줬어요.
Shren told us something. While we're in here, don't ever use regeneration ampules no matter what. Ah, I see. And she was like, fuck, they don't have to use the regeneration ampules. So all the people are gonna like, yeah, I see. She fucked up. Saying that out loud is breaching the contract, you dolt.
슈렌느가 그렇게 말했다고? 왜?
Shren told you that. Why?
몰라요. 때가 되면 알게 될 거라고
She said we'll see in due time. She cares about the department wars, maybe, perhaps. I feel like... Okay, yeah, I don't think she's I doubt... maybe she is on the terrorist side. But I feel like she... Rather than being on the terrorists' side, she probably just cares about the department thing a lot. And so she's like, oh, these people brought along the fucking Limbus people, and that turned out horribly, and everybody fucking died. But my guys succeeded. You know what I mean? I'm so eloquent, bro.
제일 간단한 방법이 있지 않겠어요?
I feel like sometimes I can explain things decently well, but other times I'm just saying shit, man. I don't know. We have the simplest way to find out, don't we? After fiddling with the regeneration ampule in his hand, Dongrang made a sudden move. He quickly jabbed the ampule into the unguarded fixer's body like a dagger. That's fucked up. Do it to her, not to this random dude. The fixer tried to remove the ampule, but its content had already entered the system.
왜 그렇게 놀라요, 대장님? 재생 앰플을 꽂으면
What happens if the ampule is injected?
이거
Collapsed on the floor, the fixer tried to yell something but failed to make any sound.
나만 익숙한 모습이야?
설마.
You don't really think you're the only one who remembers that bug then, do you? Greg, babe? Resembling larvas or snails.
그만하자.
Let's stop here. I dragged too many people into this. Well, it was my decision to take the deal for the money. Dear me, should have gone on a bigger spree yesterday if I knew it would come to this.
그려낸
그 오물을
이 순간이 다도 되어내리라. 알겠어.
영원히 잠들어.
I kind of just want to know what the terrorists want. Or whatever the supposed ideology, or what their actual goals are. They really had a lot of fights, huh? That's crazy. I'll have a lot of stuff to do off stream. Yup. We're gonna do polls in like, I would say half an hour. I'll do a little bit more, like a few more story nodes and stuff. And then we're gonna do polls, I think. Because I love gambling. I mean, yeah, I noticed that there is a slight sense of progression of them moving physically through locations while fighting. I don't use support units in fights. The only reason why I put that support unit there is to get extra event currency. So I still don't use, I don't want to use support units to actually like use them in gameplay. But if it's just free currency, then I'll use it. Yeah. Because to me, it's like, they're just decorative, so it doesn't count. Oh my god, that was loud. Who knows, I might just do a 10 pull and get it myself. It might happen. You never know. I have gotten lucky before. It has happened. Wait, how many total stages are there? It's more than 46 or 48 or whatever. Or is it literally 48? Because I'm thinking we might split Canto 4 into 3 streams then, because 2 of those streams will be just the regular stages and the last stream is going to be just the dungeon or something. Yeah. Okay. All right, I should go a little further for sure. All right. Care to give us an explanation, Shren? Blankly looks at Dongrang, her face wooden as if she's forgotten how to make expressions. Since when did you join their side? You really are something. Don't even act surprised. Employees can be brought back to life without the ampules. That wasn't in the plans. It's not fair. When I asked why you volunteered to follow me at the laboratory, you told me this. 3 of my coworkers died. 5 of us died in that attack. 3 is the number of casualties the Technology Liberation Alliance suffered. Oh, and I checked your network history too.
뭐야? 그런 것도
So they keep telling you it takes a full day and the night after to name all the benefits of the best employee.
그 망할 놈의 최우수.
I saw that you exchanged tons of mail with Ran even after she left. What was it about? You wouldn't reply to a single one I sent asking to go grab coffee together. I do suppose you've respected Ran a lot ever since you joined. Even your password was set as Miss You Ran. How about that?
아니, 잠깐 이해가 안 됩니다. K사
Really?
안정적이고 복지도 높으며 각광받는 연구원 자리는 없습니다.
I don't understand. K-Corp's research institutes are the best workplace you could ask for as a scientist. A stable job, cares about employee well-being, and has the limelight of the academy. But why would you turn your back on it and collude with those terrorists? I saw you as a researcher with a promising future. You had a long way to go compared to Mr. Dongrang, but still. Why don't you say it yourself? Why did you decide to collude with them?
눈물이
The tears wouldn't stop.
너라면 무슨 뜻인지.
You know what that means, right?
이봐, 슈렌느 씨.
Cut clean in half, fluid splashed from the severed hemispheres of her brain as if to convey that regeneration ampules won't heal this.
닥치고 동작
Shut your mouths and keep still. Don't even breathe. The people who slew Shren along with the wall behind her without letting even their footsteps be heard were
그림자 속에서 움직이는 밤풀이
fixers inanely treading shadows. I'll give you the honor of being called Fitz.
그런 해결사라면
Fixers who work like that would belong to Tree Association, an association of fixers that exclusively take assassination requests. They most likely aren't ones we could easily fight and defeat. It depends on how much they were paid and what section they're from, but in this case, seeing that only Ryoshu was able to pick up hints of their presence, they most certainly won't be amateurs from sections 5 or 6. What? Okay, for a split second, I doubted my goat, Ryoshu, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? But it's not her. Okay. I like it. I like it. Dongang checks her search history. That's nightmarish, man. No, I don't think I'll reach 48 today. I might go for another half hour or so. But I don't think I'll reach 48 today. I'll stop somewhere around 30 something probably today. And then do the rest next week, and then after that dungeon. I think. Miss Shren, why? Gone already. Joshua clicked her tongue and complained about the assassin's retreat, even though I couldn't hear or see them at all. How ridiculous. Torn by inner conflict. Senior researcher Ran and was Shren's mentor when she first joined the firm. It looks like their bond lasted much longer than I thought. See, Dante? We were peers working for the same firm, and there's still collusion and fraternity. Betrayal, division, connivance. It happens in any group of people. I guess it's an inescapable cycle.
당신은
Say, how much do you trust your sinners?
어디? 사실
You know virtually nothing about them, do you?
저도 실은
Much like how I couldn't know everything about Shren. Am I wrong?
내가
You don't even know which is the one that has a history with me. No, I do. I do. I have like a pretty good idea. I have like a solid, you know, a solid guess. Ooh. Thank you, thank you. The game will get bothersome if you speedrun an entire Canto in a day. Yeah. I feel like breaks are good. You know? Listen, I enjoy binging, for example. Like, having a day where you just sit back, get some, like, food or whatever, and then just watch an entire show is really, really cool. But I don't think it's the ideal way of, like, consuming things like that, you know? It's just too much. You don't really process all of it. I think it's better to have more breaks. Like, if I was playing this in my own time, I would probably take less breaks, actually. But if I wanted to play it and, like, optimize how much I get out of it, I would probably play maximum, like, 2 hours at a time. 3 hours, maybe. Maximum, you know? Otherwise, it kind of starts... You start, like, seeing less of the details. You remember less. You just don't appreciate it as much, I feel. I don't know. Oh shit, really? I'm already at, like... I'm at half of the ID in event currency? Okay, then I'll almost guaranteed I'll have enough for next stream. Like, I'll have them for next stream. Looks like we're almost there. I can sense the golden bow resonating nearby. It appears we're nearing the target location. That's good. The photos and awards I left should still be there.
기밀 문서도요, 동랑님.
Classified research documents as well, Mr. Dongrang. Yisang picks up an ampule Shren dropped from the floor and carefully examines it.
친절하네요.
How kind of you. You didn't have to pick it up. Shot.
가꾸려.
It's the same.
이 재생임.
This regeneration ampule.
아까
Its number abides by the same rule as the decay ampules that was forcibly administered to Miss Ishmael in the earlier scuffle between K-Corp's brawlers and invading machines.
그건 시리얼 넘버라고 하는 겁니다.
That's what's called a serial code. It's a unique string of numbers to categorize ampules. Ones that start with an O are original. Wait, why am I explaining this again?
오리지널.
Original.
이스마엘 양의
Identical to the decay ampule injected to Miss Ishmael.
본질 또한
So it suggests
아니었는가?
that its essence was no different from that of the regeneration ampule.
이 재생 앰플은 뭐랄까?
This series of regeneration ampule is, how do I say it?
재생 앰플과는
It's a undiluted solution. It's not exactly like the commercially available ones.
지금
What are you thinking right now?
있어요?
아무것도.
Nothing.
나를 언제부터 알아봤어?
When did you first recognize me?
닭들을 사육하는 장면을 내보였을.
Since you showed us the chickens in captivity, it would have sufficed to give your visitors a cursory tour, yet you insisted on showing your personal laboratory.
맞아.
You're right.
다른 사람은
I don't know about the others, but I wanted you to see the demonstrable proof of my success.
당연하게 보여주고 싶었어.
I'm still sad though. You probably had plenty of time to express your joy of reuniting with this old friend of yours.
곁에 남은 벗은
It is my thought that I no longer have companions by my side.
변한 게 없구나.
You haven't changed.
넌 예전부터
You've always enjoyed keeping precious things in bottles and watching them,
그대는
and you were intent on releasing and showing them.
견딜 수 없어 하였고.
Didst thou say companions? I must say, ye sang many reunions with thy companions do await thee in this journey.
지난번에도 그
In an expedition past, the one wearing a tinted eyewear did confront thee.
아하.
Aha.
재회의 기쁨은
So you already had a reunion to celebrate.
그리하여
No wonder you're being so detached with me. How troubling for you, though.
아직 한 명 더 남은
Looks like
모양인데.
there'll be another you have to face.
슈렌느의 밀고로
I thought
조직원들은
everyone had made their
마지막
escape thanks to
것을
Shren's
했는데
snitching,
그건 아니었나 보네.
but I suppose that wasn't the case. Someone walks in, exuding a suffocatingly thick scent of flowers. Holding a bright golden branch in her hand, an object now familiar to me. She had a worn monochrome photograph in her other hand.
잘 나온 사진이야. 이제 세상에 단
It's a fine
하나밖에
photograph.
남지 않았지.
Only one of this shot remains in the world now.
아, 여기나
So many old friends, and not one to greet me with delight.
사진
Won't you give that picture back to me? It may not look like it, but it's a cherished
소중하게
treasure of
간직하고
mine.
있었던 거라.
동랑님, 함부로 다가가지
Mr.
마십시오.
Dongrang, you shouldn't get close to her, it's dangerous.
선원, 성급하게 나서지 마라. 황금가지가 파괴될 수도 있다.
판단에 동의한다.
파우스트가 금방 회수할 방법을 떠올리고
자꾸 두드려 패서 해결하지 못할 것들만.
Regardless of the noise, the person with the golden bow steadily walks this way. However, instead of going for Dongrang,
알싸한 그리고 향긋한 그 냄새.
the piquant and fragrant smell made me feel as though the ground was sinking. She plunged the golden bow in her hand into Yisang's chest, and Yisang collapses on the ground. I didn't think you would end up choosing him before my eyes.
이건 돌려줄게.
You can have this back.
사진 따위.
A photograph is nothing more than a taxidermied moment. Even while drenched in blood, the golden bow still glows, contrasting the golden dazzle. The faded monochrome photograph slowly falls to the floor. Hole. Okay. That's cool. I definitely thought that the name Reunion was referring to, you know, Dongrang and Yisang, but that's cool. I like this little reveal of whoever that is. I like that scene.
그때를 생각하면
Thinking back to those days, I felt as though I had been afloat all the time then.
그래.
Yes, I was enduring life with the feeling of flying in the sky.
그랬기에 나는
Thus, I had been living without knowing for certain if I truly had wings or if I was a mere half-wit.
이상 또 잠 안 자고 연구만 한 거야? 하, 그러다가 객사한다고 몇 번이나 주의를 줬는데.
Yisang, did you stay up all night working on your research again? I keep telling you, skipping sleep will get you killed.
쟤는 우리랑 달라.
He's something else. Remember how he'd forget to eat or sleep when he got into something?
됐어, 동백.
Can't be helped.
이번 낭수회에는 어떤 걸 우리한테 보여줄 참이야? 됐어, 동백.
Dongbae.
이번 낭수회
What are you planning to show us at this Illuminators conference?
그렇게 밤낮을 버리고 방에만 틀어박혀.
I can't help but look forward to something you've been working on tirelessly in your room.
이번에 나는
This time,
거울이라는
I've made something I call the mirror.
그래서 언제나
Thus, it has always remained unclear.
내가 그날을 후회.
Unsure if I regret that day or reminisce it fondly. Yisang, are you alright? Yisang's eyes slowly opened. Their lives are so easily light. Huh? Oh, sorry. Their lives are so easily light, so easily recoverable. I see. You've reversed my death as you always do. A flash of light burst out of the golden bow right as it pierced his chest, blinding everyone for a moment. And Dongbek had disappeared in the meantime. The smiles the people in the photograph made at each other were nowhere to be seen now. And Dongrang cast his eyes into emptiness, reviewing the situation we got into. I'm sure Dongbek's plan was to stab me. Shran and Ran probably told her that I brought help from the outside, but she couldn't have known that Yisang would be one of them. So you brought Yisang here on purpose. Are you asking if I invited him as a meat shield, knowing that I'd be ambushed? As excellent as my ability to predict courses of events is, I am no prophet. Either way, things went in our favor. The assault was clearly made with intent to kill. Which just, you can't be serious. A colleague of ours got stabbed to death for your boss, and you're talking like everything went well. Not our responsibility to compensate for any injuries, is it? If this has left psychological scars, you are free to demand compensation, but please know that the procedures will be rather complex. Leave the matter there. I do not feel an ounce of pain, so you have no need to pursue this matter further. When I turn the clock, every consequence is reversed. Torn clothing, bloodied stains, even the smallest scars are undone. But that doesn't make the cause of those damages something that never happened, which is why I have to ask. Are you sure you're okay, Yisang? Yisang shut down my last attempt to inquire with a simple yes, so I couldn't try again until now. But that man named Gubo had no problem raising his weapon against Yisang while claiming to be his compatriot. I see. You must have been rather curious. This time, he didn't seem to have any intent to dodge my question. I was once part of an organization named the League of Nine. Nico 9. Gubo, Dongrang, and Dongbek, the one who stabbed my chest. Those faces you have seen were members of it as well, manager. However, it disbanded and scattered one day. Each of us was flown away into our own path. That was all there was to it. Feels like your story is missing a ton of details, you know? You broke up because things happened and now you're pointing knives at each other? Is that it? Or maybe they were never friends at all. You would think that. So I mean to say, like, you know, somebody that supposedly befriended Sinclair was not actually his friend the whole time, etc. You get it? It was no more than a moment. I believe my testimony to be apt for a time as transient as that. He started talking a lot. He hasn't turned into a chatterbox just yet, but I had the feeling that he'd soon become more talkative. I was reminded of Faust mentioning once that he was never really the quiet sort. Are you really sure you're okay, Yisang? I have always been okay. I really like this soundtrack. Specifically the piano in it. If that was his true nature, then this might not be a bad thing. Still, my feelings say that I should care for his well-being. From your recent memory, have you had any particularly happy or painful moments or something like that? You're devoting an unusual degree of attention to me today. While it does not please me, I will give you an answer since your demeanor is quite unlike the usual. If I were to choose one, the happiest occasion in recent memory would be one we held in Illuminator's conference. And the most hopeless one would be at the forest where I first met you. Really? The sprite, like changing the eyes to look like, instead of looking down, looking directly. That's kind of fucked up. Oh no. Um. hmm. The very moment my life resumed when I was certain that it had ended there. Another such moment is now. I am once again realizing that this regeneration is ever so flawless and changing. I hope that sates your curiosity. Now, should we not be on our way? I see a long road ahead of us. As he walked ahead, I could almost see it. This gets an art. Although the wound was perfectly erased, there was still a hole in his chest, wide open with no signs of mending. I should have made more tea. Oh god. Okay, we might stop at 30 actually. Oh dear. It seems a radio communication device was installed in this branch. It seems the laboratory has been raided again. There are apparently more terrorists this time, on a fiercer offense than before. So the commotion earlier was a distraction to keep us here. It does feel rather strange. I think this is the first time we're going through a Lobotomy Corp branch without facing a single abnormality. That's true indeed. Those we did see were resting still in their eggs. The boundaries from tech liberation, whatever, liberation whatever must have got some way to put abnormalities in their eggs without lifting a hand, eh? Though we will have to see the details with our own eyes. If they really do have a technology to revert abnormalities into their inactive forms, it's certain they possess the technologies to achieve more. Well, sounds like you've got to look out, Dongrang. Miss Faust isn't one to say ominous stuff for nothing, you know. It'll work out somehow. In our group is K-Corp's most successful researcher, and better yet, 2 of the greatest geniuses in the city. We're on our way back to the thing. That's cute. Okay. Truly last one and then pulls. And then next time, if it's a longer stream, it's a longer stream. I will simply make more tea. As soon as we got back to the lobby, we could see panic-struck employees run before Dongrang and Samjo. Mr. Dongrang, a moment, please. You've all turned pale. Pardon me for a moment. As I meandered in the lobby, murmuring meaningless things to myself, Don Quixote scuttled it to a shelf. What manner of books are these? The pictures glitter brightly. Sounding a merry hum, she picked up a storybook. I peeked at the book she opened. Yisang also turned his gaze towards the book, possibly bothered by something about it. Soon, a golden haze unfolded. Once upon a time, when everyone had their heads down and eyes fixed on the ground, there was a person who looked up into the sky. In their eyes were twinkling stars. Connecting the nameless stars, no one else would look at. The person gave them names, made up stories for them as they liked. Stories are like skeins of thread without an end. They're drawn and woven together in an effort to find meaning from meaninglessness. All kinds of stories in this world, happy and sad, circled in the night sky. Then one day, the person's family fell deeply sick, their life nearing its end. Like any other day, the person spoke into the sky about the grief they felt. And then, A droplet of water fell onto the person's head. Looking up, the person found the constellation talking to them. Dear person who named me and gave me a story, thanks to you, I was cast onto the land and pushed by the flow of time, feeling the world in full. Did you know that stars can grant wishes? The tears I shed will clear you of your pain. Afterwards, a rain fell onto the world for a day and a half. Everyone caught in the rain was all healed up. The person's ill family recovered to health too. Since then, the person and their family, as well as all the residents of the city, have looked up at the sky and talked about happiness every night. That explains it. I read that Nest K has a custom of walking outside without an umbrella to stand in the rain on the night of a certain month every year. Don't tell me, am I alone in this again? Have none of you checked out the pamphlet guide to K Corp's Nest and back streets up until now? Oh, that thing.
로자 씨는 지금 이 상황에서 농담이 나와요?
그런데 이 이야기
It feels similar to what the regeneration ampule does, doesn't it? That rain that restores you to health. So you're trying to say it was made from rains dropped by stars?
그 전에 물 같은 게 아니라 나노로.
전 연구자예요.
I'm a woman of science. I prefer judgment based on facts over metaphors. This so-called analysis and interpretation of stars and clouds might be an area Yi-sang is more familiar with. He's a researcher like me, but we're not quite the same. We'd better hurry. The situation seems pretty serious. I hear they managed to storm all the way into rooms where experiments are conducted this time. Does this place not seem too peaceful for such a dire predicament? I see nary a man running away. It does appear that there's been an evacuation order. However, as you witnessed last time, this is not the first emergency that occurred this week. They might be worried that evacuating again could disrupt the 70-hour workweek policy. Right. Okay. I don't get it. How is this attack possible? It didn't seem like a structure that allowed intruders to sneak into the room undetected. We're running short on time, so I'll explain as we go up. Object. Give one reason we should go with you. Indeed, the contract has been fulfilled. That's true, but as much as I want to give the bow to you, it's been taken before our eyes. Trashes. Is this really right? What does the contract exactly say? I couldn't say. I'm not all too knowledgeable when it comes to legal matters. So true.
삼조씨 대답하시래요.
삼조씨 이번에
틀렸어. 지금 대가리를 낸다고 했다.
긴급 상황입니다. 긴급. 어서
기억.
The hallway that was clean and calm hours ago has now turned into complete mayhem, filled with screams and fleeing people. A researcher was crying and clinging to someone who appeared to be a Liberation Alliance member. My staff member is begging for help. Wouldn't you consider letting them go? If it's intelligence you want, I'll give it to you. We were planning to go out for a staff dinner tomorrow, and the restaurant we booked serves such delicious meat. It would be rather unfortunate if the smell awaiting us tomorrow came from incense sticks at a funeral instead of meat on a grill, wouldn't you agree? Intelligence. We have no need for it. We have no need to bring our robots either. I see plenty of useful looking ones here. We outnumber them by a wide margin. It might be a little unfair, but it seems like we won't have any trouble. Ms. Ran's expertise was hijacking machines. She was more experienced in hacking than fighting.
환영합니다. 언제나 당신의
이거
안전을 위하여 전투 중 무단 이탈자 발생 시 조항에 따라 붕괴 앰프를 주입합니다. 120m 이내로 떨어질 시 발사되며 현재 약 49m 앞으로 5천회로 적군에게 아무런 공격을
If you do not attack the enemy within the next 5 seconds, the decay ampule will be administered according to regulatory rules. Uh-oh.
어째서?
당연히 붕괴 앰플을 막고 싶지 않으니까.
현재 상태 전선 이탈자 없는 쾌적한 상태.
그렇군.
저치 또한 자신과 우리의 목숨을
I guess the solution would be to just destroy the robots, right? Yep. Fair enough.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Thoughts on if I'll actually pull today? Successfully? I mean, of course I'll do it, but...
불길 속으로
이 순간이 닿아도 베어내리라.
Wait, what? Defeating abnormality multiple times? Huh? Good lord. That thing is long. That's what she said, but that Canto is kind of huge. Can't lie. Gonna get both in 110 pull? So true. You're so right about that. I'm pretty optimistic about not just getting this fella, but also getting a bunch of other stuff. I think after getting him, I'll prioritize getting like the boxes and the tickets and everything. But I kind of want these as well. These things seem cool. I want more customization. I wonder if I'll have enough for everything, or at least most of it. All right, let's do it. Let's do 2 10 pulls since I'm able. All my bets are on you getting ego and nothing else. So true. It might happen. That would be so disappointing though. I would hate that actually. Because I don't even like care about the ego. I guess getting it would still be nice because it would increase the bonus I get from the event currency, right? Or like the bonus event currency, yeah. Right? Because I could use some other support as well on top of it or something. So it wouldn't be the worst thing, but... Who is after this? Do we know? After this banner. We don't know. Rip. Who could it be, hypothetically? Most likely a double banner. Well, whatever. Gamba. Gamba time. Gamba time. I dare not. Oh, brother. Come on. It's okay. One more. Eyes closed. Eyes open. Fuck. I hate my life. I do. It's okay. Listen, next week we Gamba again. I mean, I got the single tickets, that's true. But no. Next week we Gamba with the tickets as well, because I'll get a bunch from the event. So. Oh yeah, I can. Wow. I still have this. I have 2 of these. These don't expire, right? Like I can just use them whenever. I'm probably going to use them for... I don't know what I'm going to use them for, actually. No idea. Yeah. You could easily shard some IDs. Which ID would I... Like, what would I want to get? Bad NT song? Which one is that? I mean, yeah, this one you mean? Or... Yeah, but like I'm not using him right now. I would want to I would want to have a team where I have like at least 7 bleed characters that are all really good. So I need like ideally at least 1 more or maybe 3 more, you know, for this team. And also for like, I don't have anybody who synergizes with Ryosho at all, right? I have no other House of Spiders people. Can I do that? Thoughts? Honglu for bleed would be good. I don't know which one of these it is. The 5th one. This one. Looking mighty fucked up. Very weird hat. Okay. Okay. We can do that. All right, let's do it. Can I? Nope. I can't do it from this. That would be too much. I don't know how many to do. Wait, math? Hold on. How many does it give? 1 to 3. So an average of 2, I would assume, but I don't know if there's like different probabilities for how many it gives you. You get like 200? Okay. Rip. And there's no way to get shards in any other way at all, right? Like 200, yeah. I mean, it would be enough if I got the event stuff, right? If I got these. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the story quests and mirror dungeons stuff in my own time. I will get this unit, and then I will also get a bunch of crates. And from that, we're gonna make this fella. Thoughts? Well, the reason I would get the unit first is because, does he not give a bonus to the event currency? I think he does, right? Or does he not? Am I wrong about that? Because then I could have him on my team earlier, and then I would get more bonus, so I would get more currency while farming for other stuff. Yeah, so that's why I would do him first. The battle pass, hold on. I don't even know where. There it is. There you go. I'm level 66. I mean, that's a lot of crates actually from the battle pass. So I could do like one mirror dungeon and I would get a bunch. Fuck, that's also... you're so right. Wait, hold on. It's literally the same character. I forgot. It's the same guy. Oh, shit. It's literally the same guy. Shit. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Whoops. Okay, new plan. What do I do? Okay, then HOS Yisang. Okay. We could do that. Is it this one? Mm-hmm. Why does he only have one skill? Or, wow. I might have brain damage. I might actually just like... I'm not all there. If I'm being honest with you. Eight coin. Unbreakable. Okay. Then the plan is simple. I'm gonna do mirror dungeons and do all the like skipped battles here and stuff. Get enough currency for the fella over here. And get this fella over here. Yeah. And then I'll use these on both of them. Right? Sounds about right. Sounds pretty good to me. And then I feel like then I'll be good because I'll be set for 5 stack fights, and then for ones where you need 7 units, I'll have 6, which is like fine, I think. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. I'll stream the rest of Canto 4 next week, except for the dungeon. I don't know if honestly, maybe I won't even Gamba anymore. You know what? Yeah, I'll save up. Fuck it. I won't Gamba next time. I'll start saving up. Since I'm gonna get like the units that I want anyway, like it's fine. I don't really need this necessarily. I'll be okay. I'll just wait until whatever next thing is. Okay. All right. Hope y'all had fun. Have a good evening. See y'all in a week if you only tune into the Limbus streams. Bye bye.